Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stone's Live Poker. All of our friends out there on Twitch. We're here at Stone's Gambling Hall. Tonight we have 1-3 No Limit Hold'em. I am Jake Rosensteel. This is
Justin Kelly.
And it's the employee game tonight.
Yes, it is employees, and it's going to be pretty rad.
So one of the things I've always noticed about poker, or that I picked up on, is games that are more social, they have more action. You know, games, amongst friends, or, the loud tables. I mean, it's always where the chips are being splashed, where all the drinks are flowing.
Oh, absolutely.
And so in an employee game, these people that work together, they all know each other. Most of them are all pretty good friends, except for Sarah. She hates everybody.
Oh my God, sick bird.
I kid.
Sick bird.
And so in social games, I think that's where we have the most fun. Really
yeah, oh yeah, and I've already heard over there several times, they're already like drink pots, bomb pots, like first person to win a pot over 100 pays for drinks, it's Wine Wednesday. I mean, just expect lots of fun here, lots of action, lots of table talk.
Player I'm looking forward to watching is a guy that we work with here, putting on the show for you guys. You should guys be interested in watching. Is Kenny is in the game. Kenny's normally in the back of the booth. Kenny's a grinder as well. Kenny,
you'll see him there in the red hat, by the way.
Yeah, he'll be in the red hat. The monster stack is just wrapping up. It might have wrapped up today. Kenny took 35th, 40th place somewhere in the monster stack last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Out of 7,000 runners.
Which is it's such a deep run.
Such a deep run.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Kenny's a hell of a poker player. I walked up on the table and I knew, but I forgot that Kenny was in the game, and I like something like, Kenny, do you sell action for cash games?
I'll do it.
So this ought to be a really fun game.
This is a 1-3 no limit hold'em game tonight.
So the game, I don't know what the minimum buy-in is, but I know when it starts, it's a 500 max, which is nice here at Stone's. You can start out the game a little deeper, and then it's table stakes after that, and let the chips fall where they may. In seat 1, we have Randall. He's in right now for about 540. That looks like Rex.
That's actually gonna be Ray.
Wow.
What I was looking for? Yeah, no, exactly. No, Ray, a fellow dealer here at Stone's. You guys have probably seen a few hands pitched from him.
He played in the last employees game. Did really well.
Yeah,
really well.
Yeah. So he's sitting on just over $600 there. And then you got Ben over there in seat 3. He's gonna go by Stone's Deep. He's sitting currently at $420. Then seat 4 there, another regular face you might recognize is Sonoma Joe, and he's sitting right around $440. And then in seat 5 we have Taylor, and he's sitting right about $280. And then there's Kenny, who we were just talking about.
Kenny.
He's going by Action Kenny.
Action Kenny. I feel like that's like Danny Harrington calling himself Action Dave. Kenny's trying to aggressive, but I mean, actually in this game, I would actually expect Kenny to be one of the more aggressive players. So I think this first hand is a bomb pot. Everyone's got to put money in, and they're all checking it down.
This is what we heard everybody screaming about. We heard the winner on the
No spoilers.
I know.
So no one even knows what they had yet. Everyone just threw money in pre. And everyone's gonna peel one.
Here's the super slow roll.
Everyone's rolling.
What a way to start it. Such a fan.
Yes!
Wow.
And that's what we heard across the room. The scream from down the world.
Oh,
Celebration!
Excessive celebration.
Oh my God, Rebecca's the best.
I'm cashing out.
So much fun.
It's a standing ovation from Ray over there in C2.
All right, so we all just gave you.
Awesome.
We all get a round, right? Is that how it works? Oh, I guess that was my mistake.
What a hot mess this game is. Oh my
I love
God.
it. We left off with Action Kenny over there in C6 sitting at 320, and then who do we got?
And then we got Sam, same one with you here. We love Sam. He's got about 520. Rebecca, she started the stream here with 490. We just saw her win that bomb pop though. She's a little bit deeper than that. And Sarah in seat 9, it's got right around $500 on her.
Rebecca and Sarah both also dealers here that you probably have seen before. And then even though he's not playing, you got Paul in the dealer box in the employee game.
Pitching to all his friends. And I love it. It's because, like, you know, poker players, they have this, terrible habit of, like, giving the dealers all the credit and the blame for, the cards to come out. Like, the dealer has some sort of, effect on it, whatever like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel though, like, when you cold deck your buddies or friends?
Oh,
Like,
I know.
Like,
I know.
It does?
Rebecca, she spent some time down there at the World Series when Justin, one of our employees here,
Spencer.
I said Justin, didn't I?
You did. You did.
Spencer.
I wasn't sure what story you were
Final
going.
table.
I was like, was it me?
Spencer
Was it
final
JFK?
table, the employee event, and Rebecca was famous for on the WSP stream for being quoted as saying, what are you guys gonna do after Spencer takes us down? Can I say hookers and blood?
Well, I guess if you ask, then it's allowed because you didn't technically say it.
Suppose that's a
So,
question, yeah.
so that's good.
1-3, no little older. These games, like I said, it's 1-3, but it's going to play pretty deep, and I would actually expect to see a lot more action than we've seen some of the other games we might stream oftentimes.
Yeah, and like you said, we kind of touched base on this earlier. So obviously these guys are all, they're friends, they're buddies, they're acquaintances, they're coworkers. But that is not going to stop me from valuing the crap out of my set and extracting money from you. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I mean, it comes with like a consultation free beer afterwards, but I'm definitely gonna extract max value here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna lose money or take a bad beat, why not to a friend? That way, you got a reason to needle them, and then you can, ask them to buy you a beer.
And then, yeah, or if it's a really big pot, then you just bought me sushi dinner because screw you, right? That's how it goes down.
Mission completed. It was just like.
God, we always see Anthony call your mother on the stream all the time. Him and I got mixed up in a really ugly pot the other day. He got there. But like I said, that's what it goes.
I love it. You just cut right to the end. He got there.
He got there.
I'm not bitter, but he totally got there.
Yeah, it was great. Boat over boat, kind of that kind of a mess. But like I said, I mean, you know what? If I'm gonna punt chips off to someone, I'm giving it to a guy. At least he's gonna still grind some games out. The money's gonna stay in the community. I got a chance to win it back.
Yeah, we call that the poker donation, right?
Yeah.
The putting in some equity for poker.
So Ray's going to limp in the queen jack of hearts here out of the hijack. Kenny's going to check his option in the big blind. Taylor also completed the small blind with 8-6 of spades. And these three young gentlemen are going to have a three-way.
Boom, to the flop. That's going to give Ray a solid set of trip jacks here and Kenny with top pair.
And I like that Ray is betting this. Too many players try to play this hand so slow. I mean, the pot was limp pre-flop, but there's not a lot of money in there. You need to already start building a pot now. And I like that Ray's not playing this hand slow. And Kenny puts in a check raise here to 18. He thinks he might get Ray to fold. Maybe get him off some chops.
Ray totally fills up. If he wasn't going anywhere before, he's definitely not going anywhere now. So full boat here for Ray on the turn. And Action Kenny checks over Ray, who I think you might know that jig is starting to get up, but he's going to look him up one time. Bet 12 call. The river's no help to Kenny.
Kenny probably thought that turn card was good for him. I mean, if he had kicker problems before with the 6, he doesn't now.
And he had the chop pot, yeah. Boom, bet 30.
And if you're Kenny, you're only calling a chop here. I think Kenny can get away here. It's such a small bet, though.
Yeah, and so I mean, even the turn bet, even when he voted on the turn, it was like 12, 13 bucks. I mean, it pops at 100. It's like
And right now, actually, I think knowing Kenny, I think that's probably what he's wondering right now, whether he can just call or whether he can try to get Ray off a chop. As it is, I think he's very happy to not decide to try to get Ray off a chop.
Yeah, no, do not try to get. I'm gonna raise. No, you're not. Don't do that.
Woman Rider, love to see you in the chat. Poker Pro Eric. All the usual suspects, Rick and Barstow. Yeah, the monster stack I think just buttoned up today, or is buttoning up today. Yeah, big chips. Another NorCal player, Gina Stagnetto, had a real deep run. She finished plus in 12th place, taking them just over 78K.
Dang, and how many entrants did they get on that?
I think it's between like 6,500 and 7,000. It's roughly equivalent in size, I believe, to the main event.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
It's a monster.
For sure.
It's a monster.
That's huge.
Yeah, Gina. We've had Gina on the stream before on Veronica and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gina's a really fun player. I know it's always, you're always pleasantly disappointed there to get that close. I mean, going into the event, you say, hey, how do you feel? How would you feel about taking 12th place? And you're like, God, I love that.
Yeah.
12th place out of 7,000, taking 78K. But when you're right there, it's you always, and that's the way tournament poker is, though. You get so close.
So close, you got to go for the kill. Here, sorry, we got this hand developing here. So Kenny actually flop top pair, I believe, was checked around, and then turns top two.
And he's got Sam doing the betting for him.
Which is always nice. And he's going to go in for the check raise here. Looks like he's going to make it 40, 50, something like that. He makes it 50.
He's going to expect Sam to have a queen here a lot of times. He thinks that Sam's not folding as it is. Sam had air. Rick and Martha says 6,900 plus in the monster stack. Yeah, it's a big spot. And that's that's what tournament poker. I mean, even when you win, you feel oftentimes you walk away feeling like you lost.
Yeah.
I mean, because everyone does, except for the last one.
I took before I got popped and told no video. I took a quick little video early in the morning before any of the tournament started. Just one of the rooms that was just completely empty, but just tables and chairs, and just did like a quick panning thing. And it's insane because I showed my buddy. He's like, "Wow, that's crazy." I'm like, "Yeah." And there's like 4 of those rooms. Right. I was like, that's not just the one, And he's like, really, that many? I was like, how do you think they hold tournaments with like 7,000 players?
Yeah.
You think they just like, okay, let's take turns, guys. Let's, we got 5 tables, let's do this.
So Stones Deep, that's our buddy Ben. He's gonna make it 12 to go with Ace Jack off. Rebecca's gonna come along with Pocket 8s, and Sam completes the small blind as well with Queen Jack. 9-10-3. It's not a bad flop for Sam. He's got 2 overs and an open-ended straight draw.
Unfortunately, Rebecca's got right in his blockers here. If an 8 comes, it's going to get nasty for Sam and Rebecca.
Ace on the turn hits Ben. The flop would check through, and now Sam's going to lead out. Brick on the river. Sam's gonna keep repping it though. And I wouldn't expect Ben to do anything else here, but just call. I don't know, is Ben considering raising here?
I don't know. Oh, wow.
Wow. That was the
Sam
last
credit.
thing.
Give Sam the credit. He was getting a solid 3-1 on his money here at the popping 108, 30 bucks to call. He just didn't feel it was good. I mean, really nothing completed there on the river with the deuce. I probably would have just flatted in that position.
So, I mean, if I'm gonna make a picture for Ben, he's got to know, I mean, when he leads a turn in Ben flats, he's got to know that Sam's got to know that he's going to have a lot of aces there. So for him to lead river, then he's got to have an ace as well.
Yeah.
And the only aces he's beating is ace 8 then. And maybe he would probably check ace 8. But I mean, as a hand plays, I think you should have too much showdown value and you're beating at such a great price. I think you have to call there. That said, I haven't played a lot with Sam. I played a little bit, but I haven't played a lot. Ben's going to be much more familiar with him than I am. And if Sam's got a reputation of being the guy that always has it when he bets, then I mean that might be part of what's going on there too. I just don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out though. We can watch Sam play for a little while.
And action over to Sarah here from the big, waking up with a hand, couple of pocket jacks here. She's gonna take it up to 15. I'm sorry, Sonoma Joe's raised to 15. She's gonna flat. She's gonna flat. And no love there on the flop. 8, 4, queen, 2 diamonds. Sarah's still in the lead, however, with her jacks. And she's gonna test that fact right off the bat by firing out 30. And it's great. I mean, nobody else does anything to look her up. I think it screams a queen, even if she didn't even need jacks, but at the end of the day, it screams a queen, first position, no messing around. I'm going to see where I'm at, and it's good. She's going to take it. Woman writer, fan of Paul, the dealer, as am I, actually. I think he's a cool guy, I think he's a great dealer, and ironically enough, a friend of mine just got a really cool piece of like a 3-piece art that you hang up on the wall. And did you see that?
Paul's art is amazing.
It was nuts. He's just like, and they were like, thanks, Paul, and I'm like, wait, that Paul? So yeah, he does some crazy art too, so I might have to pick up a piece from him for sure.
Yeah, besides being one of the, I mean, absolutely, I mean, one of the best in the business, one of the best, I mean, definitely one of the best in this room. Paul is an amazing artist, and he does, it's on glass, right?
Yeah, I did. It looked just rad.
It's like stained glass, but it's painted. And it paints from behind. He does work for the Dodgers and the Giants, and I mean the San Jose Sharks. He does.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, no.
He was super modest about it. He's like, oh, it's just my day job, you know. And I'm like, oh, well, it was freaking rad. So good for you.
Yeah, no, he's very humble, but he is an amazingly talented artist.
Very rad, very rad. Plastica, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the game.
It was a good turn card for Taylor, who picked up an open-ended straight draw. He couldn't get there.
Open-ended straight draw, and the only one with a diamond, too. Just total brick city.
Kenny's got bottom pair, no diamond. Not a lot of money out there in the pot, but Kenny's going to look him up. Says prove it. Taylor shows the 8 tray.
We got Stones Deep in the chat room saying, yeah, Sam's image outside of the game got me. Oh well. So he's responding to that.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be it.
Well, that's exactly what you call it. I mean, like most people are like, okay, whatever. I'm not sure what this guy's play. I'm just gonna look him up. I'm not gonna get funky and raised. But if outside of this, if he only ever flips over super nut, then yeah, I mean, I could see the thinking process there.
Speaking of Stones Deep, picking up another hand here. Ace King of Clubs under the gun. Gonna make it 12 to go.
Kenny's out. Sam's out. Rebecca is gone.
Oh, yeah, Rebecca's like in full grinder mode. She's got her Deej poker, sweater on.
Dude,
she's got the hat like down. She's like, this is like a fun game, but she's still like, like don't get me wrong, I'm here to like cut a profit.
For sure. But Rebecca's always a good time. So Rebecca is, she's a resident dealer here at Stones. She's also a prop player here, so she helps fill in games when they're shorthanded. Yeah, I mean, all in all, man, she's always here. So if you ever want to see Rebecca, come on in. She's here.
She's a grinder.
There's pens up there too. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that briefly.
And if you're thinking it's too hot outside, come on down to Stones because it's always cold inside Stones.
It is.
Which is a good thing, honestly, because outside is like an oven right now.
And I'll be like leaving the house and I'll bring like I have like a jacket or like a hoodie with me. And like you're like the wife will be like, what are you doing?
It's 103 outside. Why do you need a hoodie? And you're like, oh, you know where I'm going. I'm either going to Stones or I'm going to the movie theater.
Yeah, right. Taylor picking up a hand, makes it 11 to go. Ace King. Rebecca's gonna call 3s out of the hijack. Sonoma Joe, who had limped under the gun, Ace Jack off. He calls as well. 3-way to the flop.
All I wanted to see was like a 3 there and get real funky with it. Give everybody a piece. Glutton for punishment.
Sonoma Joe's got an inside straight draw. Taylor makes top pair, top kicker. Also has backdoor diamonds.
Taylor's going to fire his king here with top, and Becca's going to muck 3s. Sonoma Joe's going to look him up, and no help there on the turn.
If Joe elects to check call here on the turn as well, he goes check. Interesting. 10 of hearts comes off, and now maybe this is what Taylor had in mind when he checked back the turn. I mean, you might think that Joe would be have to bluff at it if he sense weakness.
35.
Cool.
So he's going to be at 35 here into a pot of 61. A little over half pot. And Taylor's going to put him up. Taylor right now, that call by Taylor says, show me the 10, because I'm not going anywhere.
Prove it.
Yeah.
And Taylor induces a little bluff by checking the turn there. Nice hand.
And guys, Nightbot brings up a good point. If you like the channel and you watch regularly, definitely click that lovely little heart button there in the corner. Subscribe. It'll blast you a little email and notification every time we go online, every time we go live. So that's always nice to have in your back pocket.
Poker Pro Eric, our favorite chat room troll.
Chatting troll.
Betting troll there. Ace King for 35. Take off.
Action
with
Kenny.
queens.
Yeah, waking up with queens.
Wow, Sen's gonna fold the 6-7 of diamonds. So yeah, maybe Sam just does have that image. I mean, if he's not calling 6-7 of diamonds there versus Kenny. Maybe,
So it's
maybe
funny
he always
because
does
Kenny's got that image, and then Sam's got a totally different image, right? Did you see Ray there in our big stack at almost 650?
Nice. We're coming up with the main event. Main event's coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big Jake.
Big Jake,
Stone
our
Survivor Series winner.
Stone Survivor winner. Yeah, Big Jake is definitely going to be in the World Series. Justin has a lucky opportunity. JFK has a lucky opportunity just to fly down there, just to buy him in. And I'm like, that sounds like a perfectly awesome excuse to hang out and party for a while, right? You're like, oh no, I just have to fly down and buy in this guy in the main event.
Vegas.
And now, oh no, I'm gonna have to be here for at least a day or two. You know, I gotta
Wow, what happened?
Look at this flop for Taylor. Monster Boatski on the flop, no questions asked. It's also going to give Ray a little gutter ball potential here. Checks all the way around. I don't think anybody suspects Taylor of having a monster boat here.
And then Brew stealing final tables.
A really small bet by Taylor.
Yeah, he said he was supposed to be there. He wasn't coming back.
Wow, did he bet 5 and everybody folded? Yeah,
Yeah.
Is he going to show one? Ah, there's both. Yeah. There.
No love for Taylor.
He's thinking like, what? When did I get Sam's image? How can you guys not call me for $5 when I flop a boat?
You can't trap bears with sweet tarts.
What does he say? You trap bears with sweet
That's
tarts?
exactly like.
Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this tabletop.
I'm not gonna pull one of those like throw a 5 out and be like $3. It's even more obvious.
You get a worm with that.
Sarah. That's what I'm talking about. Sarah picking up the 6-5 of clubs. And she's going to open up
Basically
the pot.
pocket aces. I mean, 6-5 of clubs, you're in.
Same. Ray's going to come along. Got 6-8 of spades. And Ben, with a suited king on the cutoff, going to call as well.
Taylor is gonna repop here, makes it 22.
You know.
So that sizing,
It's begging for a huge everybody call action pot right here.
that said, I mean, Jack 10 flops so well
I
that
love Jack 10. You basically play Jack 10 like aces, and I love it.
I'll be there.
Nobody has a diamond between all 5 players in this pot right here. But still with the best of it, actually, is just a couple of overs here. King Queen High, how does everybody whiff that so hard? Wow, everybody super whiffs that. King High still in the lead, not even sure how.
Bet 45.
Little does he know he's betting with the best hand by a mile.
he doesn't know it. If you can get anyone to fold any pair here, it's a plus.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Poker Eric on this one. This hand did kind of get boring fast. Like, there was all these fun little suited connectors, and I thought we could add a lot. And then just
shut
total.
down.
I mean, how do you get 5 players, not a single pair, like no draw, no diamond, like nothing?
Just the sickness.
It's just okay. All right. Way to go, cold deck Paul. Jeez, they're just bragging about you, and then you come up and do something like this. You know what? He's just a nice guy. He's like, I didn't want to like put out the super buster for all my friends, or I snapped 3 players.
It's Wine Wednesday.
I was gonna say it's Wine Wednesday. Do we get a bottle? I think Hollywood offered to buy us a bottle. Service? Question mark? Brittany? Where you at?
It's not his fault. What it is his fault. His dog.
See, my problem is that I view a wine bottle as just like a large beer bottle. So like I didn't know you're supposed to actually pour it into a glass.
Yeah,
Like,
grapes are good for you.
yeah, right? I mean, hello.
Didn't ask what she
I need my
was.
tannins in my life.
Right? Here I am sleeping, and all of a sudden I get waking up.
And guys, I don't know if you've heard any of the legislation that's going around, but there's legislation that can really hurt Stones and a lot of the other card rooms we know and love around here. So if you get a chance, you can just Google it. You can actually just Google like California card room law or something. It'll pop right up there. But the web address is actually protectjobs.calgaming.org. Go in there. It takes 1 second. Just put in your name, your phone number, sign a little petition thing. You know,
All these players that we're watching in this game would all be very, very, very much affected
yeah.
if
All these players that are watching this game, these players that are playing this game,
Yeah.
it affects everybody. So definitely just get in there and be
Get
like,
on
no,
board.
we like our card rooms. Thank you very much. We're just fine.
Unless that one is
And you can see the link right there in the chat. Boom, Queen 6-5, 2 clubs. It's going to be top pair for Sarah over here.
Nut club draw for Ben, Stones
Huge-
deep.
Huge for Stones Deep over here.
Drunk or I won't touch it.
hey, all in her hole.
I hear you. I haven't weighed
So
myself.
Sarah's going to fire out 10. Obviously, Stones Deep's going to call here. And going to the turn, King of Clubs would be disgusting. Oh, another Queen. That is not going to be as disgusting. Sarah turns top trips here with the second best kicker possible.
You have to do Bikram yoga the day before and not drink for like
Wow, and Ben
8
folds.
hours, then-
Interesting thing there with Ben folding. When Sarah leads again, they're just going to have a lot of queens.
After the weigh-in.
And you can probably get
No, seriously
paid
though,
off
I
quite
did
handsomely if a
something
club
like
does
this
come.
before, and it got to the end and I
It's not like you can draw into a small flush on a really broken board with no money in the pot, and then someone comes up firing. I mean, there's a lot of reason to believe that Sarah would have had a queen there. And if Ben were to get there, he could have stood to get paid handsomely.
I'm working in people drinking, and this dude had like this margarita, and I'm like, dude, I started having like weird visions, like I was in the desert or something.
I just listened to the table talk. This is great. We talk about large margaritas and weird visions. I think she's trying to explain her first acid or roofie experience. We're finding out.
Oh, wow. I hope you guys can hear this the way we can.
Love lettuce.
Ray
Makes it 22 to go, 9-6
says, "Let me show you how to win a pot with 6-9. Boom, done. Pay me." And then I like this. I always like the whole raise and then turn around and start eating like I really don't care what you do.
Yeah, it don't
It's
matter.
funny. That's like a move in itself. You know what I mean?
You're at home, you're watching, it's like,
Jackpot? What?
Seriously, the whole raise and then like turn around and just casually like order a drink from the waitress, start eating your food. You're like, oh, I don't care. You can go all in and do whatever you need to do. Like I'm good in my head. I'm good where I'm at.
might as well do it now.
Plastic
Then
cup.
we'll really be drinking.
In the
I don't mind
chat.
spending the rest of the night filling out paper.
I would actually probably
Right? The live stream might be bad when all we're doing is sitting here doing nothing but filling out paper.
I don't care.
yeah, that would be pretty boring.
But oh well.
Gone. Chop chop.
Hot.
Now, most of the time, I think what we just saw there was a chop. Most of the time, though, for you, those of you who are just tuning in for maybe the first time or new to poker, generally speaking, in a cash game, if everybody folds down to just the blinds, since there's really no money to win there, especially if the house takes their couple dollar drop and you see a flop, most of the time, most players will just say chop, which means you just
Get on to the next thing.
yeah,
Get
get
some
your
money in
money
the
back.
pot.
Why are we going to make everybody wait while we sit here and check this down or maybe try to extract $4 from the other person on a board when we could just get on to the next hand? So that's what happened there. When everybody folds to the 2 blinds, they generally just say chop and they take their money back and on to the next hand.
Let's see how much I embarrass myself. First hand.
Well, what's funny is instead now we're all like this, so it looks even weirder. Because I would be like
And
this.
Sarah is thinking, please someone open the pot. Please someone open the pot.
Oh, there we go.
And Sam.
And the tightest image at the table, Sam is going to take a stab at opening this pot to 13.
with Queen 7 off.
Right into Sarah's kings here.
Gets Randall off an ace.
Goes to 30. Now this is funny because this is like, obviously Sam was just making a move. Yeah, he's gone. And he doesn't feel obligated to defend his move with, you know, nothing.
With jump.
I gotta get my phone out. I want to see what the chat's like.
So guys, now that we've got this party started, the 1-3s are always table stakes. So if anybody busts, they can always buy in for the biggest stack, which is right now is Ray. I think it's around 620, 630, something like that. So I'm gonna go hop in the game.
No, it's always a very pleasant surprise for a lot of new players. We had the last Sunday of the month final table on Monday, and Paul, who had come from out of town, it was his first time here at Stones. He chopped it up with Jenny.
Jen, yeah.
With Jen, and but I was playing playing cash with Paul.
They each took home just under 10 grand, like right under 10 grand. Very good
Yeah,
hold for both of them.
$800. Yeah, it was good. And I was playing cash with Paul, and the only games that time we had a couple really good 1-3 games going. And he sits down and well, how much can I buy for 300? I'm like, no, table stakes. And he was like ear to ear. So I was like, wow, it's a 1-3 game I can sit down and buy for like $700 right now.
No, I know, and that's the thing is I hear. I mean, all the games that Stones play above their level, which is a totally good thing. I mean, I feel like the blinds are very small relative to the amount of upside potential that you have. So back to the hand. Randall's waking up with some queens here, and looks like he's gonna re-raise Kenny's original raise here, and Kenny's gone. Which I'm not surprised. I mean, Randall has literally not really been doing much so far at this table. So if he's come in to re-raise, I would imagine he's not doing it with like deuce 7 just to get cute. So. I see a couple drinks around the table. I don't see any bottles of wine yet. Wine Wednesday at Stones. Get on it. Buy it by the bottle. And these are actual glass bottles. This isn't Veronica's boxed wine. Otherwise known as Mom Juice. If you talk to her about it, yeah. So come on down. Mom Juice Wednesday just doesn't have the same ring to it. So we go with Wine Wednesday.
My new poker name is G-A-N-H.
And, whoa, was that another, did I see Pocket Kings there again, possibly?
I thought it was like, it's time.
Yes, is Sarah with Kings again? Is that back to back? I mean, no, I think we skipped a hand. We skipped one hand and we gave Randall Queens. But Kings again for Sarah. She's on a heater.
Yeah.
Look at that, and that's how you can tell she's a dealer right there. Did you guys see right after she put out the chips, she did the hand flare?
Yeah, you have to look at it.
Oh man, it happens all the time. I got a buddy of mine who works same thing over here at table games, and that's all he does all day. So when we have a home game, every time he puts money into the pot into a hold'em game, every time he puts chips, he always does this thing.
Yeah.
Every time. And so we call him spirit fingers at the table. All right, here, Queen Jack versus Kings. And Kenny's gonna spike a queen there, and of course an ace flops. Always happens when you have kings. Action on Kenny first to act. Oh, I lied. Oh, he insta-called Sarah. And turn. Sarah actually with the king of diamonds, so opens up a few outs for her, and the nut diamond with the ace being on board. Boom. His hand's gonna finish here.
Wow, Sarah checks back.
I think Sarah and Kenny also have some history too. I think Kenny probably still owes her a couple bucks.
Probably.
So, honestly, so she probably should have bet there. Oh, man. It's funny, every time I see Kenny, he's playing some online poker on his phone, but he's always playing like micro stakes on whatever it is, one of the local ones.
Right,
one of the ones one of the ones who play in California. And it's funny because he's always on there, and it's great because I mean, even though they're micro stakes, you play them like you're real. He's like a 2-cent, 5-cent game, and he's raising. He's like, oh, I got aces, man. He's like, I gotta make it. I can't blow them off. I gotta make it like 18 cents, maybe 22 cents.
What's the thing? I mean, if you're always thinking about poker in terms of how many big blinds,
it's all about value size, right? You have to be able. You have to be, especially in poker, because you're between tournament chips and cash games and this and that. You always have to think of things in terms of like X amount of blinds and X amount of X percentage of pot size.
That'll help you as you move up through the stakes, both online and live. And if you like, opening at 3 bigs or 4 bigs, or there's this much, making half-size pot, third-size pot bets, and I mean, if you think about, then it doesn't matter, what stakes you're playing. You're just thinking, about playing poker.
Hello, McCarran. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for signing that. Appreciate it. Over there at the Cal Gaming petition there, protectjobs.calgaming.org. Taylor, ace deuce suited, 12 to call, and he's gonna make the call.
Lon's just watching the show, so he knows like whose soul am I gonna own next.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, big flop here for Rebecca. She's got an open-ended straight flush draw.
Huge.
No one out there with a jack. She's got all of the equity in the world, no showdown value. She should play this in very fast. And here she is, reaching for chips. Get him in the pot.
Pot's already at 61, and she is going to fire out a comfortable
30 with a half-size pot bet.
looks like that.
You need to look at it right away.
Oh, it's 20.
20, wow, really small size.
God, and nobody has anything to lick her up. She's like, look at that. She's like open-ended straight flush. I literally super low bet, and nobody can look me up.
Actually, look at it as a bonus.
Someone can show me a jack there, I still stuff it.
Yeah. You're like, all right.
I'm more likely to stuff it because they showed me a jack. I mean, like, if they show me the jack and I still stuff it, then they think I have to have a jack too, right?
Right.
Then I got like super fold equity.
You know what I love? I love just the mind game when somebody like maybe accidentally tables their hand early or something like that. So the other guy can see what they have, but then it's like, then is the guy almost like playing his hand completely differently now because he sees it? Like now, the guy can see that he's beat. Is he betting into me because he knows that he can see it? And he knows that like, okay, he might think that, you know what I mean? It's just like, it adds so many different levels.
I had a player do that to me a week or two ago. On first stack, I missed busting my draw, and he just like on first stack on the river, and he just flips over to like top pair, and like stares me down.
And so what do you do?
Hey, can you change my
I bet like 3/4 pot.
Yeah.
like if he knows obviously that I know he's got that, and I'm still betting, I have to have that beat, right?
And did he fold?
Yeah.
And so the funny thing is like, because I'll do that, and then the guy always wants to make the hero call, and then I just look like an asshole for betting after I already knew that I was beat. He's like, I showed you, you were beat. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you ever bet that? I'm like, that's why I bet it. All right, ace jack 3 here on the flop. Top pair for Randall. Scoops the lead here.
Taylor hits a jack.
Yeah, again a gut shot here. Gut shot to Broadway here for Kenny. Ray's still set hunting with sixes. And he's got on the Ray Charles glasses. Ray with the Ray Charles glasses. Nice. Super reppin' Dolphins gear.
Style. Randall bets 32 with his ace.
Ray thinks we're back in the Survivor Series and we're still voting for best dressed. I'll take it.
Ship it.
Passing around the lucky glasses.
Plastica, yeah, we were just talking about Gina in the monster stack, busting finishing 12.
Damn,
Nice run,
Gina.
Stares straight at it.
See, we were also talking about, right, so she is 12 for what, like 78K or something like
Yeah.
that. Like super strong, super awesome, but it's like when you've played that long and worked that hard and you're at 12, I mean, obviously somebody has to finish 12, somebody has to finish 11, somebody, you know, but it's like all you want is that bracelet. All you want is that title, that recognition, that bracelet. I mean, again, the money's cool, right? But it's that title, it's that bracelet. It's like
You're
just
always
play days and
pleasantly
days of
disappointed.
songs.
Pleasantly disappointed.
I mean, the money helps cushion the blow for sure.
Yeah.
The hookers.
And by the way, normally on Wednesday nights we do have our 5-10 on the stream. Like tonight is our exception. We are streaming the employee 1-3 game, but 5-10 is still being spread here tonight. I believe we have at least one. I think it might be 2 tables. I'm not sure.
I think we have at least one. I think we have 2 2-5 games going.
And the 1-5 is like really deep though. So
I was gonna say the 2-5 games are super deep. So like it's like the 1-3 game super overplays itself,
Yeah.
and the same thing with the 2-5.
So I know we have the 1-5-10 game going right now. It looks like, and then that other game is just like a crazy deep 2-5. So.
Looks like we have a bit of a name change. Oh wow, we have so many name changes now. Okay, so Rebecca is now Donkafish, and looks like we have Sarah is now Dana, which I believe is supposed to be like Donuts, maybe.
Must be.
And now Taylor is going by Swiftly.
Taylor Swiftly.
Oh wow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep track of all these names, but we're going to do it. I'm just going to go with it.
Taylor Swiftly. Wizard.
You got Clay there in the dealer box, who does not have a special nickname right now. It's just Clay. All right, Sand Chop here with the invisible hand. And Dana still in the lead here with Ace Jack High. Next Wednesday, 10:25. Get on the list. 10:25 is always a solid game. I feel like really even, we talked about this before, we even see our 510 play a lot like 10:25. I mean, we've seen 510 with basically live 25 straddles anyways. You know what I mean? It's just like, go.
Yeah. Good tips. Randall, get off the phone, play cards.
He's busy. He's making important phone calls. He's calling the booth. He's calling the guys in the booth saying, "Okay, what do these guys have?
Yeah,
here?
like
I need to know
what
the
did he have?
cards.
What did he have? He did this.
All right, Ray with Ace Queen. He's just gonna call the $3. Sonoma Joe with Ace 6. He's gonna call as well.
9-6 off is good for 22 from Ray. Ace Queen. No, just a little bit.
Just a little. Just a little. Then you got Dana. This is gonna get weird for me. Checking.
Dana?
I think it's Dana. I think I heard her talking about it earlier, like Danut's kind of. And of course she flops open-ended because why not? What do I know? And Action Kenny here also open-ended with the +1.
It's not Dana, it's Dana, 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 Dana.
Oh, like, oh, okay. Did you guys hear that? Okay, it's Dana. Dana, That's what it is. Okay, so she's a shark. I get it. Everybody, she's a shark. That's what that means.
It is
Now-
Shark Week.
Now you know. It is Shark Week, so I can respect that. That gets a +1.
That 7 in Kenny's hand is more powerful than you'll even or than most players would
Oh,
realize.
if a 6 comes, he's gonna get paid all day from Dana. Now that I have some music, we'll
Now,
with it.
now, especially that she told me what it is, I'm gonna call her Dana on purpose. It's Dana.
It's not Dana. Oh, she's gonna give it up to Kenny.
Don't say it.
Yeah, bite your tongue. All right, that puts Action Kenny and Swiftly there as our ship leaders in training there at the bottom, 262 each. I don't ever like to call myself the short stack. I'm a chip leader in training. Thank you. Okay. So relax yourself.
And then I'm like, and he wants to comment, he wants to be a commentator about everything. I'm like, hey, that's what we're talking about. Coco Pro Eric, the golfer guy that comes over.
Why don't we?
Okay.
We need 100 plus subscribers so we can qualify to change this easy to remember URL, which is currently UCU2MTB uppercase H_7P. Yeah, I think we need to change that a little bit. For sure.
Come on, guys, click that heart button.
I just
Get
don't
on
ever want to
board.
have to read that link again.
NCT3.
Stones deep, gonna get $12 to go. King, Queen of Spades. Taylor Swiftly, gonna call with Ace 10 off.
Oh, here we go. We got some fun hands right here. I'd love to see just a super nitty action flop. Like 7 and then any 2 cards 10 or higher.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I'm not even picky. Just give me a 7 any 2 cards over
Straight
10.
draws and someone 2
That
pair.
was pretty good.
Or pair straight draw combos.
Nope, just kidding. But Monster super nut first draw for Stones Deep here.
Top pair for Taylor Swiftly.
I feel like we just got to start announcing the cartoon names of and Mickey Mouse here in the big blinds gonna re-raise Donald Duck.
We're progressively regressing.
Oh, there you go.
Stones Deep's gonna be at 30
Hey, I
with a
just
nut
set you
draw.
up on a Tinder account, Robert. Do you want to see your picture?
Randall's gone.
Well, you might get some normal
Swiftly
people,
here.
but picture I put on there
Top
and
pair,
stuff.
gonna look it up once. Oh, and this is gonna just lock Stones Deep even deeper into this pot. So now he's got a pair with the nut flush draw. Even though he's technically behind, he's still a solid 25% edge.
Now Taylor can expect Ben to have, and he's gonna have a lot of aces here, but he's also gonna have a lot of spade draws and maybe king and spade draws.
Yeah, I don't see him. I mean, especially he's +1. I mean, I don't see him having a lot of like random wheel draws, like pair wheel draw. You know what I mean? He's either got an ace or he's got a flush draw.
The hard thing I think there for Taylor was the stack size, and if he calls there on the turn, he's pretty much committed to calling off on river. And which case at Ben Barrels River, you're only catching bluffs. But with that stack size, him being committed, if he did Barrel River, he's going to have it.
So looking at that chip stack list, I just want to throw a shout out to Ray and Randall, the only two players with their real names left at the table. Both R's getting it done. All right, over to Taylor Swiftly. He's gone. Action King, 7-8, more than enough to call. Donkafish getting in there, and you got Donna on the button. I don't know. I think I'm gonna refer to Sarah.
Yeah, it's too. Yeah.
It's just because, like, even though I don't know, Donna, it just seems like it's a lot of work, especially if I have to like put a tone to it.
Just kind of, just like.
All right, 5 Ace King, 2 spades here on the flop. Not a whole lot of nada. Donkafish though, with technically speaking the best hand plus the gut shot straight draw here to Broadway.
So Ray's going to lead out here. We can't see his hand, but I can imagine he's going to have a lot of aces when he leads here.
Angry Pollock, welcome to the chat room. Starting right off with the trolling. We love you. I'm so glad you're here. We actually threw a shout out to you earlier talking about boxed wine and mommy juice. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
So don't believe the graphic. Randall and Dunkfish are not all in.
Yeah. It's definitely Wine Wednesday at Veronica's house. In fact, I think it might even be Wine Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Wine Week.
I'm not sure. Wine Week, every week. Wine Week, 52 weeks a year. Boom. Kicker issues. Donkafish here with the check mark. Both players with a pair of 10s.
I didn't go to see.
And so does Randall, and kicker is no bueno.
Wow, Randall led with 10-4 off on Ace-King-5 multi-way. No pair, no draw.
Well, you know what, he's been playing so dang tight. Sometimes you just want to completely reverse it and switch. I would say switch gears, but I think we just popped it right into reverse. We didn't. It wasn't like gear 1 through 6. We just said reverse. Let's see what happens. I love the level of all of our friendly regulars here trolling each other. Like, is this real life? Is this real cash? You cashed out these tournament cash
out
chips?
yet?
She blinded me with science. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, Rick. Donkafish, Ace-7 of diamonds here, popping it up to 12. Action over to Ray the Monster, then a Stones Deep. Identical hands pretty much here. Ace-6 suited versus Ace-7 suited. Let's see what happens. Ooh, spades are looking monster. So Stones Deep flops the stones, but unfortunately Donkafish has nothing to look her up, nothing to look him up. So Stones Deep checks over to Donkafish. Donkafish checks behind. Stones Deep here, I think. Yeah, definitely gonna fire out, try to extract some value. Just nothing there for Donkafish to call. Yeah. That little hesitation you saw right there, I think she was the original pre-flop raiser. She's thinking, do I want to try to represent something? Nah, we'll just muck.
I'm gonna see it. Why don't you just show me what you had? Nuh-uh.
Thank you,
We are
Justin.
Really?
We're calling us zombies. Veronica, really.
Well,
I can't help it that we're just not as cool as Veronica, and when she's not here, like, we're just the B squad, okay? Sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
a jack didn't come on the
Well, it's Wine Wednesday, and these guys are drier than
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Nailed it. They just play for the free breakfast. You're right. To play this night game, they all got here at 8 a.m. so they could get some free breakfast. So they get that free $10 breakfast, and then they could grind it out for 12 hours to keep on playing.
Kenny going back to work here. He's gonna make it 11 to go with Ace-8 off. Ray. Ray can get creative.
He's not going to. Luckily he didn't, because Sonoma Joe right next to him. Oh, wait. Yep, Sonoma Joe with the queens. Just gonna call. Very sneaky, sneaky. All right.
Super secret.
Kenny is definitely not putting Sonoma Joe on anywhere near queens right about now. The flop, deuce 10-3. Nothing for action Kenny here, but Sonoma Joe with a monster overpair. Insta checks it to Kenny. Kenny insta refires. And let's see what's any flats. I love it. Kenny does not. I mean, Sonoma Joe's hand is very. Oh God, we're very well disguised. Turns top set.
I'm actually surprised Kenny didn't keep firing there on the turn.
That's a good check by Kenny. Honestly, that's. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, okay, nice hand. Kenny's like, wow. Wow.
I mean, Sonoma Joe might be peeling the flop with a lot of ace-high hands. You know,
for sure, because I mean the flop 10-3 deuce rainbow.
It's super dry, and I mean,
just like the players right now at the table.
Yeah. The problem is if Sonoma Joe does have a 10 there, the queen is pretty coordinated. It's gonna hit him a lot of times too. So, but it's another card that I think you can barrel there, Kenny. Luckily for him, he didn't.
I think that was one of the best spin-offs ever. Yes.
Angry Pollock asking JFK Stone CD if he's getting ready for their date. If they're referring, you guys are referring to sushi, you guys can both drop dead and die.
Don't sugarcoat it, Jake. Tell me how you really feel. Do you like sushi? Does Veronica never invite you to sushi events? Should I bring up the fact she gave me tickets to the Sacramento Sushi Showdown?
Oh, wow, I never heard that.
I still love you, though. The needling hurts. Here, have some Stone's water.
Yeah, he's singing. I was like, wow, I know what he said.
Oh, God. My friends.
That's how you know we're your friends.
They actually added that to Netflix not too long ago, and I was like,
You mean a poker table? Or?
Someone says Ray is cool with me. I like Sarah as well. Ooh, you guys have fans.
You guys have fans. You have fans. Oh God, look at Sarah. Did Sarah just do the double finger gun? She sure did.
Double finger gun.
She sure did. Wow, and JFK continuing the needling from the chat room. He's so ready. Happy that Veronica invited him instead of Jake. Ouch. I feel like can I just order in some sushi right here, just for in the booth for this guy, because he needs it. For sure.
Does Sam have a straddle right now? I think he has the same straddle for 10.
Sam's ultra tight image is slowly going out the window, seeing what he's doing and raising.
So I wonder if Sam this is all premeditated. If Sam's
Exploiting his image?
I have a really tight image. I'll be able to get away from, or be able to exploit that here at the table, and that's not everyone who's going to watch this. You can see how crazy I'm playing, or how irrational erratic I'm playing, and it'll get me paid off once I step back off the stream.
It's funny, man. For me, I go and run, so I think that there's a minute there where everybody's like, okay, this guy's super loosey goosey, whatever. So then I just play super tight, and I get paid every time.
Okay.
And then it takes about a month or two, and then people just get used to that, and then I just switch it. But I mean, it takes some time, right?
Yeah. I feel like I have to do that oftentimes. So when I run I'll run a bluff, but then my hand gets there, and someone here, I make a pair, but I don't think I have any good showdown value, so I keep bluffing at it. But I get hero call ace high, and my pair's good. Then I roll over some junk, and I'm like, all right, now I gotta change the gear.
Yeah, no, I know, because everybody's like, dude, how do you play that? How do you play that like that? You're garbage, and you're like, I didn't actually mean to make a hand.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to.
Sarah, seat 9, Dana, she's going by tonight. Makes it 12 to go to the pocket, 6 to 6 down the pot.
She loves when you call her Dana. She'll be over here to tell you all about it again.
Live every week like a shark.
For sure.
Hashtag senior quote.
Just saw today they caught apparently what they're thinking is the first video of a shark sleeping.
Really?
So the shark can't actually just sleep and stop swimming because it would just float to the bottom and die.
Yes.
Right? So essentially it goes into this sort of hibernating bear, just super smooth tail wiggle thing with its mouth open, and just kind of goes into stoner mode. It just goes. right? And it's just like it basically hugs instead of normally swimming at the bottom and looking up top. Kind of goes more towards the top and just follows the sea line and just kind of like hits cruise control and just zones out, right? But it can't. It's still swimming, but it's technically like sleeping.
I'm sorry, you're saying something?
Yeah, exactly. You were just shark sleeping. I knew you were a shark.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, random. I know. I'm full of random fun stuff.
Like I'm always watching like Shark Week, like stuff on the kids.
Well, that's where they debuted. It was on Shark Week. I'm like, whoa.
The kids are like, Dad, you know, we watch new cartoons. We're like, no. I want you guys to be afraid of the ocean forever. like, top 10 deadliest shark attacks, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
I love it. All right, action over to Dana, as Jake likes to call her. She's facing a $18 raise by Action Kenny. Here's Brittany serving up some food.
Sarah, pay attention. Quit watching the stream.
She's watching herself.
Just me and you.
Knit alert. Oh, there we go.
Oh man, isn't that? You always gotta wonder. It's something extra when somebody holds up both cards, so like all the players around them can see, and they're like, "I'm gonna call." And top pair here for Donna.
Don't lead, Sarah. Don't lead.
God
Damn it.
Don't lead.
Kenny's gonna peel.
And he peels. Oh, and he peels good about it. So this is, yeah, this is gonna pick him up the draw to Broadway, and then she's gonna check it. Still the best. And she check shows.
What are the odds that Sarah actually goes back and watches the stream and listens to anything that I say, like, don't lead, and then like, she changes her,
You know, Jake, I mean, I'm your co-commentator, and I don't really even listen to anything you say, so I mean, except for that, like that comment. Other than that, I don't know.
King Jack.
It's funny, I mean, the employee game that we played when we did the Stone Survivor thing, I mean, you had guys buying in for huge stacks at that mixed game. That was ridiculous because there was a no cap buy. So, like, I mean, like, I think T came
for 3K.
Yeah, he bought it for like $3,000 off the bat, dude. And it's funny because, like, you know, I think originally it was gonna be like an all blue game for mixed games, and T's like, bro, you're not gonna give me a Trump mansion of blue chips. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like Trump Tower of blue chips. I mean, 3K and blue chips, that's like an astronomical pile. And I respect it. But pushing it in there for the dealer or having to get a count is just murderous.
I've seen $1 grand in dollar chips. You know, someone buying it for $1 grand for dollar chips. I've seen that before a couple times. 3K would have been weird.
Oh, it's just crazy. Like, it's not like seeing if he has a hand. You wouldn't have even seen if he was at the table because you'd have to look around his ship tower. Like, are you even sitting there? Did I deal you in?
I was on the radio. I can't remember the name.
All right, 5 players of the flop here. 4, 9, 8, 2 spades. Not a whole lot for anybody. Sam does have top here though.
Oh. He was like so excited for the guy. Like.
Donkafish also has a 9 with a pretty weak kicker. Action Kenny starts out doing what he does, giving some action here. He bets 21. And Sam here at top is going to raise it to 45. And Donkafish here is going to correctly get away. Kicker problems. And I really can't see Kenny continuing with his hand unless he just wants to ship it. I mean, at this point, he's another 24 to call.
That's the problem. I think Sam's raising with the spade and/or straight draw. His pair of 4s are ahead, but any kind of spade draw that's got 2 overs is actually a favorite against his 4s. But now, as much money is in the pot. Oh, Kenny thought about it.
Sam, Sam, if you could, I would love
Get away.
to change it to a salt shaker. So when you beat people, like you salty, bro. Every time you beat someone, salty.
You know what? I took it all.
Salty, bro? All right, look at that. We got Sarah up at the top here. Chip leader with 650. And Action Kenny there on the short stack with 163.
Saltine cracker.
I don't know if that's right, somewhere around there.
He probably always does. Like, wow, guys, thanks. Thanks for putting that out there.
Stone deep. Gonna pick up pocket 5s here. Makes it 13 to go.
And Action Kenny here with King 7 suited.
That's what I'm rooting for you, Clyde.
He's out of there. So is Sam the tight image. And over to Donkafish here with second unknown pair. Ace Queen. Ace Queen and the button. Jake representing a 3-bet here. See if he can read minds. And it looks like he can. He is bulimic. He can read minds. Boom. And that's going to be enough to get Stones Deep off that. That's one of those things where Stones Deep knows at best he's at coin flip scenario. At best.
Well, here's the thing about that though. I mean, they're both deep enough where I think Ben should Stones Deep. He should be calling there most of the time.
I would have been in for a set mine there. I would have been in for a flat call and see what happens. And then at that point, if the flop completely whiffs, maybe see where you're at. Otherwise, if you hit a 5 and she hits any ace or queen, you know you're getting paid. You know.
Well, then especially if she can also have a lot of overpairs there. You know, jacks plus, and some players at these levels tend to overplay their overpairs. I mean, the general rule of thumb, if you look for it, you're looking for about 10 to 1 on your money with pocket pairs, implied odds. And so it only costs Ben, I mean, he raised to 13, she makes it 33. It only costs him 20 to call. So as long as Rebecca's got more than 200 back, and so do you, and you get it, you're getting that 10 to 1 implied odds. You're usually good to try to call off there, or not to call off, but to call and set mine.
Just call and then go off.
Call and then go off. Just get there.
You know where the term rule of thumb came from, by the way, right? You saw it in the movie, right? I think I learned from, I think it was Boondock Saints, possibly. The rule of thumb.
I know this. I don't know if I don't think I learned it from a
So
movie.
like back in medieval times, you were allowed, I believe, to beat your wife as long as the stick wasn't thicker than your thumb.
Yeah. Wasn't wider than your thumb.
Just saying. Again, random fact number 4 for the night. We're gonna keep here. You're gonna keep going. We're gonna see what happens.
I like weird stuff.
And Sonoma Joe gonna fire out here. 2 checks over to him. He fires 17, and Taylor Swiftly is gone. Back over to Randall here, who looks like he might be looking to get a little froggy. Oh yeah, is that a check raise? Strong. So he's gonna make a solid little check raise here, which I believe should get him the pot.
Randall's got some gears.
Ooh, Sonoma Joe, a non-believer. And, oh wow, and just totally improves there on the turn. So 2 pair now for Sonoma Joe. It's going to be much more difficult to push him off the hand at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Sonoma Joe's ever folding a pair and a flush draw on the flop. Definitely now we've got 2 pair and a flush draw.
Hey, Coker said I was right. It was a Boondock Saints quote. It was. That's where I learned it. The whole rule of thumb thing.
I think I'm trying to remember where the first person heard that one. I think it was back in high school.
Hey, they want to know if Matt Dillon was in that movie. He'd be perfect to play Jake in a movie about his life. Sick troll, bro.
Love it.
We have a lot of players at the. I mean, was that like 6 or 7 of the players at the table all have over $500 in front of them? So I mean, they're playing right now for sure.
No, Matt Dillon.
200
No,
on
Matt
table
Damon.
11.
Yeah. I feel like I can never not say his name like that after that movie Team American World Police or whatever. Every time somebody's like, "Oh, Matt Damon," I'm like, "Matt Damon."
And that's the problem. Is like other people that don't know it or don't get that. Then you're just like being weird. Like
Yeah. You're like, why? What's wrong with you?
What is he Matt Damon so much?
Oh, and it looks like we got a little reload there for Action Kenny. It looks like he's going to beef up to. Looks like he's back to a little over 300. And, this is something I've had some discussions with players about, which is when you get down to that short stack thing, let's say you're sitting at a table like this, you're down to $100. I mean, are you really basically going to be like, okay, I'm just in all-in or fold mode or whatever? I mean, are you really looking to just slough off and kind of gamble that last 100? Or why not just save it, add on, and then not feel like you're obligated to just like snap shove your whole stack? You know what I mean?
Wow. That's a lot of 6s for Swiftly.
It's huge. Super quad beast mode flop for Swiftly here.
And Sarah's betting with top pair.
Love it. And that's just a flat call because what else are you going to do with quads? And this turn is really not going to improve Sarah's hand. We wish it did. I mean, he wishes it did. God, if a jack came or a 10 came, definitely would pump it up a little more. You can see the hand flare there.
Every time.
Every time.
Clear the hand.
Every time. So obviously Swiftly checked it over and is letting Sarah just hang a little rope. She bets 25. Again, your quads are not going to get counterfeited. I hope he just flats here. Absolutely. Very cool. Because it looks like you could be playing 1-6 very sneakily. Unfortunately, man, I mean, unfortunately, she didn't pick up enough to really pay him off here huge. But I don't think he's going to miss this opportunity to bet quads. I don't think he's going to jam. Oh, he does jam. Well, yeah, he only has about 100, 150. Oh, man. And Sarah's thinking, do I make the hero call? Nah, he check called all the way down. And on a board like Jack 6 Jack, you think he really doesn't have a 6? Like,
Well, that's the problem is that there was no draw. I mean, it would have been a lot.
There you go. He shows. Let's hear it.
If it would have been like Jack 6-6, at least with a diamond draw, it's something where he can check call, and then jam, where it looks like maybe he's got busted flush draw. But I mean, Jack 6-6 rainbow is so uncoordinated. It's really hard to connect there. I mean, when he goes check call, he's gonna have a lot of jacks. He's gonna have some 6s as well. And there's just nothing there that Sarah's beating. I mean, even the 9 got there for a better 2 pair. So I mean, she can beat Jack 8, and Taylor's never playing that hand. He's never playing Jack 8 that way. Not on the river.
No.
And he might play the flop.
Oh, well, for him to check call like that, I mean, it's super sneaky deaky, you know. And at the end of the day, I mean, Sarah's sitting there thinking, okay, I'm gonna fire once. Maybe he might float me once, right? But then when she fires the turn and he calls the turn, she's got to be thinking he probably has a 6, or he has at least a jack, and I'm probably outkicked. Like, it's not, you know. And then when he shoves the river, yeah, I mean, it was a good fold by her. I'm glad she didn't try to make a hero call there for sure.
First, I thought you were talking about the basketball game. I was like,
I didn't realize the basketball game was on. I'm like, huh?
I literally had to go explain what the they're like, oh, it's the night.
Stones deep over here, waking up with Ace King. He's gonna pop it up. Looks like what, 12, 17, something like that.
16 out of the small.
And Taylor Swiftly says, well, I mean, you know, I'm good at getting quads. I would be involved in this Ace Deuce of Clubs here. Sure do. Taylor does have
a one-hand
position.
heater.
Yeah, Taylor does have position as well. Wow, got a one-hand heater. How many good hands do you need? I just need one at a time. I just need one good hand in a row. All right, do 7
Taylor
deuce here.
Swiftly.
Oh my God, Taylor, why? You're such a beast. So we got Swiftly here flopping monster trips. Unfortunately, Stones doesn't really have anything to look him up. Ace or King peeled, that would definitely get Swiftly some action. So we're gonna see here. I think Swiftly, I don't really think he has any other choice but to just flap this, possibly. I don't think we raise here. And honestly, I hope a heart doesn't peel because that would probably start killing some of his action. If he flats here, you can easily kind of put him on a flush draw if you're Stones deep as well, especially with such a random board like 7 deuce deuce, right?
Well, yeah, the key thing to remember is that he limped in fairly early position and then just called a raise out of the small.
Well, and he limped under the gun too, so it's not like he's a blind, you know, like I mean, it's not like nobody limps under the gun with a deuce, apparently, unless you're Swiftly, right? So
Yeah, you shouldn't have, you know, other than exactly and only ace deuce, you shouldn't have a lot of deuces at all.
and I think that's exactly what Stones Deep is thinking. So he's going to fight here on the turn again.
A lot of players are going to play small pairs this way, you know, 4s, 5s, 6s, things like that. And they'll probably even call flop because I think those hands are going to be ahead on a 7 deuce deuce flop a lot of times too. So Ben's definitely trying to get better to fold here, being double barreling. Oh, and there's a card.
And that's the payment card. That's what he literally needs to kind of extract value out of this hand. So
And
pot's already at $200.
The way this hand played, Ben's got no reason to feel that he doesn't have the best hand here.
No, why not, right? And he all ends, which is an extra couple bucks. You got to do it. Yeah, he says, yeah, and he's gonna do a card flick. Did we get a card flick? Nope. Sometimes you do this and just a card flick.
First, always call me.
Yeah.
Little. And that's exactly what we said right there on the flop, man. If an ace or king peels off, you know it's just going to get swiftly paid all day. That's what needed to happen.
I don't think Ben played the hand bad. I think, like I said, because when Taylor limps in early position and it just calls a raise out of the small blind, and I mean 7-7 deuce is going to have a lot of small pairs, and you can get those pairs usually full to 2 barrels, if not definitely 3. Once he hits the king on the turn, the way this hand plays, he's going to be good most of the time, I mean, obviously you're never expecting, you know, to run into trips. But I think, I mean, it's, you know, he just happened to run into trip deuces, but I actually like the way he played the hand. I think he played the hand very
As I
well.
said, I'm only two hands.
A lot of players, you know, I think weaker players, they think, oh, okay, oh my god, I got lucky, and then they'll just look to check with the showdown.
Which is weird because he was aggressing the whole time, and then because he already thought maybe he was ahead, and then once he actually gets there, he's like, okay, well, I'm probably ahead now.
Players will kind of get a mentality, you know, like, I'm bluffing. Oh, okay, I might have got there. Now we'll slow down because you know, just feel like, okay, wow. I feel, you know, this sense of relief comes over them, and then they get passive. Or Ben, you know, still looking to extract value out of the hand.
Not a lot of rubs on this.
Wants to go today.
All right, over to Action Kenny here. He's facing a $16 raise. He's already in for 6. I think he did a live straddle, and that's gone. Sam Chop taking it down.
You guys all on board on that one?
But look at that, though. I mean, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6. You have 6 of the 9 players at the table with over $500, with over max buy, initial max buy, which is sweet, totally sweet.
Good game.
I'm still gonna do it.
You guys remind me.
You know, I don't even think I've subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. I totally need to. The cool thing about it is, so Twitch, I think, only keeps up feeds for an X amount of time, guys. I think a couple months or, you know, what, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, something like that. And so after that, what we do is we upload all of our, actually before that, we upload all of our streams right to the YouTube channel. So you should be able to go back and pretty much pick up streams all the way from the beginning when it was just Jake with a much smaller beard and Veronica and much crappier lighting. You know, you can go see all of those from back in the day.
Yeah, the auto button.
Hey, it is on there.
Oh, and now see what has changed. Randall's changed his name to Batman. Guys, you know what? The only thing that would make this more confusing, can we change names maybe every other hand? Maybe something like that.
Oh my God,
change
right?
names every blind round.
I'm gonna get lost here.
And action is over to Ren and Stimpy.
Well, what do you go with Jax?
I expected the employee game to be fun, and so far I'm not let down. We've already seen some quads. All right, 6, 7, 8 bricks for everybody. Swiftly's loving life. God, Taylor Swiftly's on a little heater, dude. Quads, bottom set. Now he's just got jacks, and they're holding to all unders. Our YouTube channel keeps them forever. Boom. And Batman says, "There's no justice. I'm gone."
That's hard.
That's hard. I can't wait for Batman to be in a big pot. Hey, what's for dinner? Justice.
All you have to do is start playing me some beers.
Says Mr. All-in Winner. That's
This
usually
money
around
is
there.
you.
That's usually around there.
Yeah.
Over $100 win is usually around. New guy.
I'm saying that if
And if you are not comfortable trolling us here in the chat room, you can always come and troll us live. We are right here in a nice clear booth right in the middle of the main room, so you can come and you can basically just walk in front of the booth and do a little dance. And
I just had
you know,
that song Pony, you know, go off in my head like,
Yeah,
randomly,
for sure.
out of nowhere.
It's true. You know, the Genuine Pony song. You know, everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. How can you not hear us? What? Say what way? Alrighty.
I think this is a straddle pot.
Boom! Stone Cold Nuts for Action Kenny. Flops Broadway.
And Swiftly still thinks he's on a heater here, hitting 2 pair.
Why wouldn't you? And you know what? Swiftly, I think, still is on a heater. Donkafish, way behind. Doesn't even know firing out a top pair.
Like the bet. I mean, it's a super coordinated board, so yeah, you get value out a lot of one pair and or one pair straight combos and or flush combos. But you are also very, very backed up here a lot.
And you know what? Honestly, I think Swiftly still is on a heater. I'm not surprised if Swiftly just like fills up the boat on the turn. Like, I would not be surprised in the least.
Kenny actually could have raised here. The board is so coordinated, a lot of players are going to have a lot of hands in
yeah, and that's why I'm raising, because I'm worried about somebody with a spade draw. I don't want spades to get there.
Well,
me personally.
Well, spades never folding. So I mean, you never trying to, but you're still going to get value from spades. Like, because spades isn't folding, you can raise it with the nuts and expect to get called. You're trying to get called by worse. And like on that coordinated board, there's a lot of worse hands that are going to call you. Kenny bets 30. Or I'm sorry, Kenny calls 30 from Swiftly.
You need a bottle of wine, I'll split it.
Kenny checks over Swiftly. He's gonna bet the 2 pair. Small bet. Kenny's gonna
And
snap
he's
it.
obviously just flatting because the spades are a scary issue there. Yeah, way the best here for Kenny.
I really think that Kenny lost value on the flop here.
By not popping it up just a bit.
By no reason. He said, you're not suddenly like, oh my god, I have the notes, like, I'm going to shove, I'm going to raise. Because the board is so coordinated there, and with multi-way like that, especially when someone in early position leads and you already have someone that calls, when you can raise there and expect to get called from much worse things. One being king jack, queen jack, jack 10 are all calling you, especially if they have a spade in their hand. Any kind of spade draw is not folding there. You can get so much value from worse hands there. That, and you said, you're not trying to get spades to fold, you know, to protect your hand. You're trying to get those hands to call you, and
I agree with T. Burke here. The spade did say Swiftly a chunk. I think that at the end of the day, I think Kenny could have popped there if spades didn't exist, and I think he's going to get an easy call all day from Swiftly.
Yeah. And that's
because the running 2 cards. Because the running 2 cards were brick. If they didn't complete the spades, the running 2 cards were total bricks. Nobody was searching for those.
And I don't think it'd be a great. I don't think it'd be a good thing to do. But you might just get, Taylor might just re-raise there and decide like, I'm not going to check call king 10 down 2 pair. 2 pair might be good. Good here, a good piece of time if Kenny's raising with a combo draw. And he might just try to get it in against Kenny there. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be playing that. I'd be playing king 10 pretty slow there.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you flop that flat and you're just like, guys, just because I have 2 pairs, it's not like I'm in love with it. Like, this is a scary board for my hand.
Yeah.
Unless I fill up, it's a scary board. And even if I do fill up, it's still kind of a scary board. Still kind of a scary board. Especially if you fill up with the king, right? Because they're so like king, queen, whatever the hell else comes.
And all we do here at Stones is deal kings.
Yeah, and 6s and 4s.
Yeah.
And normally we flop quads when you have 6s, so come on in if you want some quads in your poker diet.
And you turn boats with 4s, right?
Yeah. So if you want some quads in your poker diet, come on in. We serve those up here. You actually can get them on the players menu. They're deeply discounted and extra tasty.
He's just so
Batman has no idea how far behind he is. He's against king 6s and 4s, and he's got king 4. he's so dead, like dead, deader than a doornail dead.
And I think there was a straddle in this pot. I think it was a 6-0 straddle. Queen 8 doogie.
Yeah, misses everybody, but Stone's Deep still loving life. I can't believe an ace didn't flop, and he's got kings. Crazy. No messing around. Fires right out. Fires 30 into a pot of 67, so a little under half pot here. Action Tracker Kenny, gonna check out. Both those guys missed. Where's 4-6 king on the flop when you need it?
Well, the last guy did.
It's been a while since I've seen a set over set.
Yeah, I saw one in when I was out of the series. I busted out of the 1K I was in, and then I went over to the Venetian Deep Stack. And right off, I mean, like, I swear to God, it must have been 3rd or 4th hand in. Right? It's just like raise. Some guy made like a small raise. Both guys called. Flop comes. Check. Bet. Raise. 3-bet. I'm all in. I'm all in. The last guy is, well, I'm all in. So literally, and it was perfect because the first guy says, I got a set. The next guy's like, well, I got a set. And the third guy's like, oh shit, I have a set too. And he clearly does not have top sets. So yeah, set over set over set. I've only seen a few times, and it's always a train wreck. Pun intended. All the 7s tied up here. A7, 7 deuce, 7 8, 7 6.
We ought to get Sarah to try to get all the players to play the 7 deuce game.
I just really want to see Batman win a pot, and then like when they're scooping the pot, he just says, "I'm Batman." Just
something dramatic.
Little things. I mean, exploit that name. We have a bad signal on the roof here at Stones.
King of clubs on the turn. And Batman is going to take the lead by betting out with a 9-3.
Take it, Bruce Wayne. Take it down. Swiftly's like, my heater must be over because I'm not scooping every pot ever.
That's the great thing about poker players is that he'll forget it. You know, as soon as his two pair gets cracked there by the flop straight, he'll forget that he hit trips. He'll forget that he flopped quads. And
yeah.
I'll like, God, I'm
running so bad. I'm running so bad.
Two pair, and of course he's got the straight.
I feel like I'm running so bad, and all I want to do is pull up the highlight reel. Like, here's your trips. Here's your ace deuce against ace king, flopping deuce deuce.
Short turn.
Here's your pocket sixes, flopping quads against top pair.
Yeah.
Here's your. I mean, is that how bad you're running? All right, action tracker Kenny. Coming in with 10s. Make it up 18. And over to Ray Money here. Jack 9 suited in the big. He is gone. Stones deep. Queen 10. Out of position. He'll look him up. So looks like we've got two players going to the flop here. Queen 10 versus pocket 10. Queen 10 is my kryptonite. It beats me even if I have queens every time.
We all have those hands.
Boom, 6-7 jack. No help to Stones deep. Kenny still with the best hand. I wish cute girls came in and handed me racks to rack out chips all the time. Must be rough, Sam. Must be rough.
Life's hard.
Like he just voted out. Unanimous decision.
T-Berg says, thinking Robin, where is Gay Corpse? Gay Corpse has been like making like late dramatic entrances to the stream lately.
I honestly can't wait to see Gay Corpse here on the stream himself with Veronica Friends, because I mean, have you met Gay Corpse? Do you know what he looks like?
I've seen a picture. Like I've seen his Twitter profile.
Okay, so I have zero idea what he looks like, so I'm actually going to keep it that way until I meet him, because it's just going to be like, holy crap, there's no way you could ever be what I expected you to be with a name like Gay Corpse.
It's always, you know,
there's just no way.
You know, like listening to radio personalities, or like whatever they, you know, and you like I said, you get something in your head, what you think that they really look like, and then you meet in person, or you see them like you're not you.
No, and honestly, I can't even process that until they start talking, and you can hear their voice, and then I'm like, okay, well now I get that it's you, but you are not at all what I expected you to look like. Not even close. I'm surprised this isn't just radio, because we're hideous. So.
I'm right.
I'm sorry. I said we're, but really I meant, yeah, you know.
Poker Bird just like Gay Corpse probably looks like Doyle Brunson.
Well, then he doesn't have much time left. Good luck.
No, I raised it. Forget the straddle. You get that overtime space card.
Not at that age.
I mean, I don't know.
Take it out.
Some people that does
I just want Doyle Brunson to be my grandpa. Why
Don't
can't that?
It's just why I can't. You know, it's probably a lot of people's grandpa that they don't know.
Yeah. Once you start hanging around the block, you're like, oh, Grandpa Doyle. I feel like it just
Thank
sticks.
you. I'm
Grandpa Brunson.
As much as I want to profit, I'm not really that worried about it.
You're correct, but usually when there is like a mandatory straddle, it's just a different game. It's just basically
Well, you saw the first 10 pots.
Yeah, I just wish you guys start seeing my hands to see why I haven't been
Yeah, that
playing.
was pretty nice.
I mean, I'll do it either way. I don't care, but
All we need is one person to say no, and we gotta take it off. Take it off.
Take care of it.
bye.
7-3. Pretty bricked up board.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Wait. Before you guys make any changes, we might get some action guy in here, right? Don't you guys want action?
Sarah's got the best of it. The pair of threes and the backdoor spade draw.
at our apartment.
He gone.
Oh yeah. Right there. Yeah, we're just doing, there's like a picnic area. We're just doing
And Sam's picking up. Sam's got to go and pick up.
And open-ended here on the turn for Stones Deep.
Facebook. I didn't invite anybody. I just let her do all of it. So I'll just add you to it.
Yeah, I was going to lead it. No, checks. Cuts out chips and checks. Never strong there. Bet, Sarah. No.
How do you miss it all, Sarah?
No, it's on Friday.
What a freaking! How do you miss it all? That full house off.
It's not Friday?
Yeah,
It's Friday? I might go make it.
It's like that scene in
We're doing it basically. We're doing it from 1 and then like
Yeah.
to whatever time. Like
It's good. Well, the thing is, honestly, especially in an employee game, like I know the table talk's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just nice to be able to hear it.
Just let it happen.
Yeah. It's easier if you don't struggle.
Jack 4, that's flat tire.
Swear.
He goes to bed around 8 or 9.
I think I should bust out my wallet now. But I don't think that makes the no swearing cut.
Yeah.
Live. Let's just say that we share a very similar wallet. I mean, me and Pulp Fiction, if you've seen the film. And here at Stones, where we deal kings. Action Kenny.
Wow.
Come on down, get some kings.
And Batman's gonna open up the pot out of the hijack with Queen 6 of Hearts.
What's the hammer?
Justice.
Joe comes along.
I don't know too many of the names.
Pretty sure Joe's still got a hand. I can't see him in the graphic, but I think Joe's got a hand as well.
And he's gonna fire it up. Looks like a refire. He says, "No way, Batman.
Call that apple juice.
I'll be your Huckleberry." We're gonna mix some themes and movies here.
Yeah, Joe had calls as well. Joe and Kenny are, I'm sorry, Joe and Swiftly are still in this hand.
Got knocked out.
And not for long here. Sonoma Joe, peace out. And Swiftly's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up with what I call Jake's aces, known as Jack 10."
Most beautiful hand in the
It's the most beautiful hand ever.
After you quit playing in just big pairs and you graduate to start playing poker hands.
I don't know. What?
I mean, not that I ever would get like a poker tattoo or anything like that, but people that do, they always, like the ace up their sleeve. I mean, all that, stereotypical stuff. If I had to get a poker tattoo, I'd get like the Jack 10 of clubs.
I just get something that says the nuts with an arrow. Just saying.
I can only imagine like what part of your body that would. Like.
Sure, sure.
What's that one?
Mr. Optics, welcome to the chat room, my friend. Apparently he has the same poker tattoo.
I just thought that'd be in the same boat.
And then you have a gay waiter.
Figure that's what you meant.
Who's with the tray?
795 Rainbow. Swiftly's got 2 overs in the gut shot. Because Jack 10 always connects.
Because Jack 10 always connects. Jake whispers, "Because Jack 10 is the best ever. Always play Jack 10. It's basically aces." Jake's gonna write his own poker book. It's called How to Play Jack 10. Like just all the different ways you can play Jack 10. And if you don't have Jack 10, just fold. Your range is Jack 10.
So you like
all day, every day.
Final chapter, repping Jack 10.
I feel like if Jake 3-bets me, I'm just gonna be like, okay, well there's Jack 10. So let's go from there. Actually, funny story, Jack 10. Me and my buddy were on our way up to the Pot of Gold in Reno. This is years and years ago.
Yeah, Pot of Gold in Reno.
And I was literally telling him a story about, hey man, Jack 10, oh yeah, you can crush aces all day with Jack 10. Jack 10's a great hand, right? So we're playing a single table sit and go. He gets it all in against this super stone cold monster chip leader, right? The guy snap calls with aces. But I mean, he's got like, almost half a stack anyways, right? Almost half the chip leader stack. And he's like, crap, you got me. He flips over 10 Jack, just flops, boom, 7, 8, 9. Aces just walks away from the table. He's like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be here for this. I want nothing to do with it.
Poker's stupid.
Like, this is stupid. You're all dumb.
Gay Corpse in the chat.
Welcome, friend.
Now it's a stream.
The Stones Live Poker with just a hint of necrophilia.
New player coming in.
For those of you just joining us, we have Batman there in seat 1, cleverly disguised as Bruce Wayne. And then we have Ray, I think the only player at the table at this point with his real name. So that's strong.
13.
Ray makes it 13 to go with a 9-8 off.
Sonoma Joe gone. Taylor Swiftly out of there. Action Kenny's checking out.
Chip on.
Oh yeah, we got some new love to the table.
Fresh blood.
Batman, you say? Oh, there's the spirit hands. Every time you can't ignore the dealer's spirit hands. Throw in the chips, flip the tips. 9 queen ace, 2 clubs, no help to anybody. Pocket 10s here for Sarah in the house.
Ray was the original Razor. He does catch a 9 there, and she can't help it. Most chips go to the pot. She just
Every time, bro. Every time. It's never gonna change. Boom. Duck on the turn. It doesn't show up, but I believe Batman is out of the hand at this point. There we go. So we have pair 9s versus 10s. 10s are going to take this. Come down to stones. Everybody's a comedian. You're going to love it. Boom. Ray says bye-bye. Sarah's going to take it down with 10s.
so that is our new player.
thought
Is
he had
Steve
it.
R.
He thought he had it.
Inside of his glove.
Yeah. Look at that. He was like,
King Corpse asked why is Spencer not here to bust up Sarah.
Spencer is here actually. He is playing in a
juicy little
he's
2-5
playing
game.
in that super juicy 2-5 game, which might as well be like a 5-10 or 10-25 game over
It's a
there.
pretty deep game.
Yeah.
It's good.
We're running at least 2 5s right now, guys. 2 2-5 games.
And then we have
A
we
bunch
have
of
one
1 3s.
5-10.
I think maybe a 1 1 2. We got a 5-10.
No one Bobby.
There is no shortage of action. So come on down. Even if you're an hour drive away, easy money. Jake will get in the game afterwards, so you know it's easy money.
Free money.
Free money. Poker contributions to the economy.
You did. I appreciate that.
I just love them all so much.
They're all my favorite chips. Raised to 25 from Taylor Swiftly over here with Octocrab, 8-3 monster.
Buy them. Even if you want to drink
Gone, gone, gone.
or say I'm good. I was like,
Peace out. Ray with effectively the Brunson who we were talking about earlier. He's checking out. Sonoma Joe, who actually has Swiftly super dominated right now, does not know it. All right, open-ended here on the flop for Sonoma Joe. We got the dummy end of the open end.
Great board for him to see back.
Oh, great board. I mean, come on, unless it's... Oh, wow, Sonoma Joe's going to look him up. Oh, and he gets there. So right now he's only worried about the king beating him. Sonoma Joe has a very, very, very weird, sneaky disguised hand here. And Swiftly's going to continue betting because technically this should be in his range for his pre-flop raise. I mean, this board hits him right
He
between
should
the
have more.
eyes.
He should have more kings than Sonoma Joe, who just limped pre.
Look at this, yeah.
Is not gonna. Shouldn't have a lot of kings.
Now, Sonoma Joe is going to check the river, maybe, possibly. Yeah, there you go. And he's like, yeah, wow. And so that's one of those things where Swiftly's like not even mad about it because he's like, you know what, I was just getting froggy and I kept getting froggier, and you know that's just kind of where we were at there. It's not like I took some horrendous beat. Like I was behind the whole time. You know, so he's just like, whatever, man. You called me, you got there, bye. Like that's it. That's
exactly. It's like
That's the second time though. I think I've seen someone play 8-3 though, like for an open or a raise. I wonder if I mean,
Are we doing 8-3 prop bets instead of 7 deuce?
Well, I've seen the games where they'll just draw 2 out of the deck and like, okay, if you win a hand with, you know, Jack 4, you know, and just play just randomly, you know, like target hand play, so that you win money for everybody, like the 7 deuce game. I'm just speculating, of course. Maybe Taylor just has Mr. Swiftly. I'm sorry, as we're calling him tonight. Just loves himself some 8-3s.
Mr. Swiftly sounds like a super like evil villain name.
Bond villain.
Yeah, yeah.
Bond villain.
Ah, yes. You're here to see Mr. Swiftly, eh? Release the hounds.
Speaking of the devil,
Boom.
Swiftly makes it 7 to go with Ace-7.
Ray's gonna get in there. So 3 players going to this flop. Boom. Queen, 7, 6. Check that flop for freaking Sarah there. Dana. Top pair and diamond draw. So huge. Ray and Swiftly both get a piece of that 7. And over to Sarah, who bets 10. Swiftly calls. Oh, great card for actually payment on Sarah, assuming she can.
Chips in the
pick up-
pot.
Yeah, this
Chips.
This is. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! So was it? I think double checked,
You know, how did that go? Check.
and
on
then
the turn?
Swiftly checks there, and Sarah's got to fire, which she does. She fires 15. Swiftly snap calls, smiles.
So much money not win on the turn.
You know about you heard about the turn, right? She's like, how do you not bet the turn?
How is not more money not happening on the turn? How does Sarah check back?
Do you need Tylenol? We can get you Tylenol.
How do you check back, Queenie?
Maybe they have a side bet. Maybe they're chopping in the parking lot. You don't know these things.
Collusion, table 11.
Collusion, floor.
There should have been blood.
There will be blood. He gets so angry when there's no blood. Yeah, it was a cool fight, man, but like nobody really got shanked and started bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
Helps you to be every time she puts that in, she goes like this. I'm like, shut up. Have to.
And all we do is deal kings.
Yeah, so is that, I mean, just for kings alone, that's 5? I think it's 5 times. 5 times kings. Normally when people have kings, we also throw in like 2 or 3 extra pocket pairs, and we only threw in 1 this time. We threw in 9s for Ray, but every time somebody has kings, which is quite often, we always have at least another pocket pair or 2. Gay Corps, you are definitely allowed to hate money anytime you want. We accept your haters' money here at Stones.
Want to see like flop ace king 9 turn 9 river king quads over quads.
So we got Ray.
Everyone gets paid.
17
Jackpot.
with 9. Sonoma Joe's thinking about what he wants to do, and he's going to repop.
All right.
Hopefully it's not enough to get Ray off this hand here. That's a sizable repop to 50. I think that screams I don't have crap.
The key thing here is that it's not a limp re-raise. Sonoma Joe had the straddle on.
Yeah. Because limp re-raises would have also paid to Jake.
Yes.
Hurt him right behind the eyeball. So Ray knows his 9s are no good here, or at least he's going to assume they're no good. And he's thinking...
I've heard that last time.
Cost him 33 to call.
Yeah.
Ray's got a peel here.
He's going to peel. He's thinking, okay, you know, maybe I'm against 2 overs, doubtful but possible.
Picks up an inside straight draw.
Not the worst board in the world for Ray here. Still behind. Looking for a 9 or a 10. He's going to check over to Sonoma Joe, who I doubt is going to check this board. And he doesn't. He fires out 55, which relative to the pot size is actually a relatively small bet. Pot was about $1.15. Fired out 55, just about half. And he's going to take it down.
You're not going to show me? I'll watch out.
It's such a coordinated board that I think Sonoma Joe can make a little larger size in there. On a broken board, actually, I don't mind this. Actually, I really like that size. The board's pretty broken there. You're trying to, size your bet to keep, worse hands in. On a board that coordinated, your opponent's either, he's smashing as well and he's going to call a large bet, or he's missed completely and he's just going to fold. So I think if your opponent did hit that board, does have, hand to continue, you can make a little bit larger sizing there to extract some value, or to extract more value, I should say.
So, looks like the best hand we have here is 4s, unfortunately. No more kings this hand. I'm kind of surprised we don't have kings for a hand. All right.
Yeah, where's all the kings at? What the hell?
Over to Stones Deep here. And he's going to check it out. And he's going to complete. Sonoma Joe in the big. Pocket 4s. He's going to pump in a little pot builder, make it 15. And that's going to be enough to get Kenny off there. And Stones Deep. Take it down. No flop, no drop. Insta win. Take it down.
So, something I saw actually JFK put out on Twitter, he was asking what event that people want to see come back, and what, the Hydra, the High Roller, your thoughts. I think you played all the main, the Hydra, of all the the special, the quote unquote special events we've had here at Stones lately, and what's something that maybe that you would like to see come back?
I mean, I don't know. I'm obviously, since I final table the Hydra, I'm like partial to it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super partial to it. I did like. I don't know. There's a couple things I liked and I thought could have been kind of changed about the Hydra. I don't know. I think the multiple day 1 cashers are cool, but because you had the multiple day 1 cashers, that kind of thinned out the prize pool for the final table. Just a hair. You know what I mean? Just for like the top end of it. You saw in like the in other tournaments that were similar sizing, you saw a lot more getting awarded to the top couple spots as opposed to the Hydra. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I don't know. I think the Hydra would be cool. I like the multi-day tournaments. I'm a fan of because I feel like there's milestones and achievements there too. You know what I mean? You're like, hey guys, I finished day 1, and just that in itself feels great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, bagging chips is a lot of fun.
Yeah, bagging chips on day 1.
Bagging is the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah. I would like to see. I know they did an Omaha tournament here once. I would like to see maybe like a random mixed game tournament, like maybe a horse tournament. I mean, you know, and make it small, make it a little bit smaller buy-in so you get a lot of players who aren't necessarily. So you make it this expensive buy-in, players are gonna be like, well, I don't know enough about horse to really play this.
Something we're trying to get, you know, holding players to cross over. You know,
yeah, exactly.
To spread their wings.
Like even though like I'm absolutely horrendous and completely stupid at Raz, you know, I'd still be more than willing to play a horse tournament for like $100, $100 something. You know what I mean?
4 to 5 games.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play a horse tournament for like $400. You know, I mean, personally. So I'd love to see some sort of tournament like that. That'd be sweet.
Swiftly makes trip 10s. He's back to making trips again. He's good. Eric says the high roller. That's my personal vote. The high
so
roller.
refresh me. The high roller. What was the?
It was
buy-in
$1,100 buy-in. It was two day ones. It was a Saturday, Sunday, day 1A, day 1B, and with a Monday live stream final table. Yeah, $1,100 buy-in. Eric says, you know, the high roller would run more satellites. I would also agree. I think we.
You know, honestly, I didn't even read that comment, but I agree 100%. I would be all about the high roller, but definitely run a bunch of satellites, mega satellites, super satellites, if you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a bunch of players buying in. Like, let's fill that thing up.
Yeah, all
you know what I mean?
I mean, 1100.
Because 1100 direct buy is not cheap.
Yeah, for most players, I mean, that is outside most players' comfort zone.
Yeah.
I don't feel, but you start running satellites, you get a 240, 1 in 5 satellite, you know, or like a 130, 1 in 10 satellite.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would definitely fire, and I would feel really comfortable firing a bullet or two at a couple of satellites. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just direct buying for the 11.
Yeah.
You know. Do you remember what starting stack was on that?
15K, I believe. I think it was 15K.
Yeah, solid, like a solid little deep stack. Hey, Kings again for Swiftly. Not surprised. Not surprised that it's Swiftly. Not surprised that Ray also has 10s, and I'm not surprised that we got Kings again. Welcome to Stones.
Here we go. So Steve R makes it 12 to go under the gun.
Look at these hands. Everybody in everybody's wheelhouse right here. This is just going to be
not a big
board.
re-raise from Swiftly.
All right, Deuce, Jack, 6. Top pair for Sonoma Joe here. Swiftly still with Kings, still with the best.
Couple overcards and backdoor clubs for Steve R.
And Sonoma Joe also has a club backup too with his top pair, and I'm sure he's definitely taking that into consideration. So Taylor Swiftly here going to fire out pots at 110, and Swiftly's going to fire out $50, a little less than half. Now this is kind of an interesting board for Ray, because this is where Ray's thinking, okay, do you have a jack? And if you don't have a jack, do you have a higher pair?
No, there was only one day one for the high roller. That's right. I stand corrected.
So JFK is talking about the high roller one. He says there was actually only one day one.
Yeah, one day one.
Yeah, and he says that they actually ran 5 minis and 1 mega satellite for the high roller. I know for me that I wasn't able to get into the high, like any of those satellites. And some of those satellites were just kind of unfortunate timing with like my work schedule.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
but then again, you don't want to necessarily take up a normal busy tournament slot with a satellite, or do you?
Well, see,
I don't know.
That's my thought is do just that. You're taking some of the weekly or nightly tournaments and turning into satellites.
Yeah. All right, so it looked like Ray here decided that his 10s might be good, and he is going to flat here. And Sonoma Joe's definitely going to be part of it. So boom, Deuce, obviously a blank, doesn't help anybody. Pot's now sitting at 260.
And I think if you're Taylor here, it shows that he's got 400 behind. I don't think he has that much.
No, he only has about 200. I think you got to jam it.
And I think you just stick it here.
You just jam it. Yeah.
Because I mean, what are you gonna do? Bet 100, bet 100.
Yeah, no, you just got to jam on, dude. I think Taylor knows this. I think he's just kind of posturing here for a minute. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think the only person who could really even have potential to look him up is Sonoma Joe, thinking, hey, are you doing this with air or possible random clubs? But the way he re-raised pre-flop, I mean, it definitely illustrates a strong hand, and I think it's either clearly kings like he has, or just a super like ace-king, maybe clubs, maybe not, but maybe he's just firing with air. But either way, I think he needs to stick it here.
He checks, and Ray is going to jam it with king jack.
Oh, no, Swiftly did jam it. Swiftly did jam it.
Okay, he did jam. Okay.
So the graphics are wrong here. He's not all in for 400, guys. It looks like he's all in for about 2 and some change, maybe 2 and a quarter. And this is where Sonoma's going to think about it.
The key thing here for Sonoma Joe to reflect on is that Swiftly 3-bet out of the small blind pre-flop. How many worse hands does he have here? Ace, king, ace, queen of clubs, maybe? But see, Sonoma Joe's blocking the king of clubs, so that's one less combo of that. With ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, queen of clubs. So now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, queen of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, queen of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, queen of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, queen of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, queen of clubs, you know, so now you're really pretty much down to one combo. Ace, king of club that you're ahead of here. Other than that, you're behind all of Taylor's 3-betting range. He's gonna be doing that in small blind with. When you're trying to pick off bluffs, you don't want to be blocking your opponent's bluffs with your own hand, which is exactly what Sonoma Joe's doing there by holding the king of clubs. That's one more card that you could or hand that Taylor could have that he would do this with, but you're blocking it. So it's kind of ace queen of clubs. You can beat everything else. You're behind. You lose a queen's plus, or you lose a jack's plus. Obviously.
And he's got it stacked. He's thinking about it. I think right now this is that point where you're literally just replaying the hand in your head, you know, from start to finish. How do we get here?
King. If I'm Sonoma Joe's spot, I'm never good here. I don't feel like I'm ever good here with King Jack. I just don't think that Swiftly's got enough bluffs here. Gay Corpse's blockers and Hold'em and 1-3 are highly overrated? No way. And blockers and poker
and he's gonna make the
call off.
He's drawing to just a jack, and he's one of the.
Jesus, poker's a cruel.
I feel like if anything, you should be able to use your normal comment there. Jesus shit. Oh god. And we're gonna mark that one down for the books. That's a painful pot money maker right there.
Poker for Eric's comment says this isn't PLO. I mean, in PLO, yeah. Raising with a nut blocker is, you know, something you need to do that in Hold'em as well. But any format, you don't want to be blocking your opponent's bluffs. When you're heroing off, you don't want to be blocking.
God, Swiftly wants that action.
When you're bluffing, yeah, when you're bluffing, you don't want to be blocking your, the combos of hands that your opponent can have that you can get fold.
Swiftly right there, man. Swiftly goes from out-flopping everybody with ace deuce, flopping quads with sixes, to totally getting just jammed on the river with a 2-outer. Bye. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Get Swifty. Hello, Clarice.
Oh, wow.
Randall.
Yeah, he wants someone to have
Those ones sting. You gotta walk that one off.
Those ones hurt so good. Happy birthday, Bear.
Oh wow, the chat box is cool. He swiftly leaves.
Oh wow. Oh god. Hey, you know, if he really was Taylor Swift, he could write like a breakup song about that hand. Oh wow, sick burn.
This is how I broke the Kings.
This is how I keep King's card, because I'm super bitter. Alright, Batman. Gone. Ace-9 gone. Action over to Stevie Ray. Go.
Grandel Flux says that's what you get for slow playing King. How did he slow play? He 3-bet pre-flop and then went bet
bet
jam.
Flop and then jam. I don't think
he played it that slow.
I'm not smart.
3-bet. I mean, he made an aggressive action every time he had an option.
That's okay if you are. I didn't put him on a. I'm sorry. I put him on a mid pair.
Yeah, I think he played that hand. How you play that hand? I mean, I have no qualms about the way he played that hand.
He got exactly what he wanted. He got a guy to call off bad King Jack.
I mean, you want that all day. Literally. I mean, guys, if you don't want somebody calling your all in when they only have a 2-outer with 1 card to come, like, you shouldn't be playing cards.
Right. I didn't even know.
Like that's what you want.
So I mean, this game will be at the end when I was just everything not to just choke everyone out at the table. And a player, had a hand crack, a hand like that, something happened, and then they should I guess I should have, did this. And
yeah, Grundlefunk, sorry, real quick. Grundlefunk, he didn't check. He actually fired 50 on the flop, and then got both callers, and then on the turn, and then the board pair with the deuce, he jammed.
Yeah.
Jammed for like 2 1/4, and the pot was already at like 4. So I mean, it was sizable bet.
Yeah, and it was 265. He jams. It looked like about 2. Graphic shows 400. I don't think it was that much.
I laughed. You did it later.
It was fine. But yeah, players, have a bad habit of doing that. They'll be results oriented and they'll think, okay, because their hand didn't hold and win, that they should have done something differently. Usually they're trying to find a way that they should have protected their hand, which is just terrible.
I don't even have to switch on my phone.
And I mean, that's not the case. When you're analyzing, hands, you can't be results oriented. Because the player, the villain, got there, or he had me beat. You can't look at a hand like, someone raised. Pre-flop and I had kings and I guess I should have folded because he ended up having aces. That's not the case. You should always be 3-betting.
I have a lot of videos on
there. Players like that. You can't just look at the end result and say, I should have done this, I should have done that because that happened. I think he played kings just fine. I'll go back to I'll say the same about that hand we saw earlier with Ben, where you had the ace king and was and swiftly had the trip using River the King. And Ben played that hand very well. And he River the King there and went for value in a spot where he's going to be good most of the time.
Now this will be fun. This is going to be a lot of little action here. So we got Ace Jack versus Ace Jack here. Ace King 10 on the flop. Yeah, both players with top pair and a straight draw. It's a pretty wet little board here for somebody to have any two pair there. Oh, welcome back, Swiftly. I'm glad you didn't just take off. I mean, you knew that beat was just shitty.
No, you can't leave this. You can't leave this game. There's some people trying to give money away.
Yeah, I know. They were. He tried to give you money. So
away.
no one tried to give you money.
You come in, you grind it out.
Alright, so Sonoma Joe's gonna fire, and Action Kenny insta-calls and flips, and they're like, you play that cheese? And he's like, yeah, I play that garbage. You too. Chop chop. That's what I always end up saying when I flip over same hand. I'm like, oh, I can't believe you play that crap. I can't believe you play that crap together.
No, it ain't.
Come on.
Got pretty.
Poker Pro Eric, thanks man. I had a lot of fun actually when me and Tuckman did commentary. We did a lot of like deep analysis and some of this stuff. A lot of like what are these players trying to tell me with what they're doing and how they're betting and their bet sizing. It was a lot of fun. I actually caught up with him at the WSOP, kind of railbirded for a second and checked out his booth down there. And, yeah, good guy. It's a sweet setup down there.
He's doing all their commentary. He's doing that live.
Live, yeah.
Live.
Yeah, I think they're whatever. I'm probably just a couple minute delay or whatever it is, right? For the stuff. Yeah. I mean, super live.
A future winner. I'm gonna do that.
Earlier in the hand, I thought about it for a second. I was like, it doesn't matter. I thought about how am I playing this hand?
Agua de Fresca. She's my fave.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and Tuckman really enjoyed being up here. I talked to him a few times about it. He really likes this spot. He likes coming up. He likes hanging out. He likes the atmosphere, the people. So he'll definitely be making an appearance up here a few more times.
So Batman's gonna make it 16 to go. Ace 5 of clubs at big line. Kenny with limped Queen 9 off.
Boom.
Calls. Here we go. Kenny with top pair. Batman with a nut draw.
And Batman, even though we've seen him raise in a couple funky spots with some funky hands, all in all, he has the image of a pretty tight player so far at this table.
Flat.
Batman is actually the Asian guy in seat 1. Look at that. Batman's going 0 places on this board now. So now he's got top pair with the nut club draw. As you can see, Kenny's actually drawing to just one queen. That might be because our tracker actually tracks all of the mud cards as well. So if all of the 9s and the other queens are burnt, then yeah, apparently he's drawing the 1 out, which is pretty brutal.
Very, very thin.
Are you drinking? You're just drinking Jameson?
Now here's the hard part for you talking about blocking, your opponent's hands. Kenny just limp crease. He's never going to be strong here as ace queen. He's going to have a lot of queens here for him to continue. You might have maybe a couple 7s. But he's blocking the clubs. As far as your hands out, if you're Batman, you're blocking the clubs, you're blocking that club.
So Batman bets 45 here, and
Kenny's going to turn his hand into a bluff.
Yeah, Kenny's going to pop here, which unfortunately for Kenny is just a very, very bad spot for him right now. I mean, Batman literally, look at the stats, 97% ahead of him right now.
He said kings or 8s.
I'm Batman.
I'm not doing it. I wish it. Damn it, I should have had you get this one.
I'm like, check the mic, I want to hear the tabletop.
So
Here's the
you
dealer.
put me on either my hand or the hand that I would play very soon.
Alright, so it looks like he's just going to flat here maybe?
He doesn't want to run Kenny off his bluffs.
And River, yeah, bingo, super monster, bingo. So now first act here, 317 in the pot. He doesn't necessarily want to check and then have Kenny check behind him and get no more value out of his hand. So I think he's going to fire here. It's just a matter of how much. Kenny had just popped him to $1.25. So he's going to bet 145. It says all in for Kenny to call. I think Kenny actually has a little bit more than that, but essentially if Kenny's making this call, he's pretty much going to jam it all in anyways.
I would have let Kenny bluff it.
Really? You ever check that river tone?
The way Kenny played this hand, I mean, like I said, if Kenny's raising the turn, I think he's raising I mean, I think the best hand Kenny can have is like ace-7. Oh, no, I'm not the best hand. I think he can have sets too. But the way Kenny played this hand, if he's raising the turn, he's definitely got. If you check river, if he's in all his value hands, he can bet too. And you're gonna keep his bluffs in as well. Now it's the card that Kenny can bluff at. If Kenny had pocket 7s or pocket 7s, pocket 3s, ace-3, ace-7.
So you think he was representing a strong that hand, or a hand that strong?
Well, yeah, definitely when he's raising turn after Batman 3 bet.
See, I thought if he spiked any ace on the turn, Kenny's still capable of making that raise. I didn't think Kenny's raise there illustrated that he was insanely strong on the turn, personally. But then again, I mean, that's Batman, so Batman knows best, dude. You know what I mean?
We did at the same time.
Oh, and again.
Where does he get all those wonderful toys? Kenny, man, Kenny's been in a couple tight spots tonight. Looks like we have another local Sacramento poker guy who is actually one of the final tables, I guess, now in the World Series.
Steve Gee.
Mr. Steve Gee.
Steve Gee, a former November Niner, if I'm not mistaken. He made back-to-back deep, or no, he made back-to-back deep runs in the main event. And now he's at a final table. Awesome. NorCal poker strong.
Love it, man. Anytime I see somebody from California, NorCal, Bay Area, I'm just like, yeah, go team, go. All right, 5, 9, 10, 2 diamonds, no help to anybody here. Donkafish still ahead with King High. So it's gonna go check over to Donkafish, otherwise known as Rebecca. And she's gonna fire. And Sonoma Joe says, you know what? I've rivered kings for less, let's go. Boom, 8 on the turn. That actually is going to give Donkafish here open-ended and give Sonoma Joe technically the dummy end of a weird gutter ball straight draw. And no help to anybody. Donkafish still with the best hand. Sonoma Joe's going to check. And let's see what Rebecca does here.
You've been couple Christmas, damn.
She's going to show down the best.
He gives up.
I guess what I'm saying, obviously it's his legal name, but I'm just saying, like, that can't be his horn.
I'm loving the chat box.
That can't be his horn name.
Oh, wait, that's the other Jake.
That's the other Jake. I think they're mixing up Jakes. Yeah.
Wow, awkward. Oh.
Here, all of your muscles? All of your muscles?
They said that, I'm like, oh, they're talking about other Jake. Awkward.
If you're that
Guys, just another quick reminder, click that heart in the bottom left corner there to subscribe to us here at Stones Live. We hang out with you, we have fun every Monday and Wednesday. Join us. And yet again, welcome back to Stones, where we deal pocket pairs every single hand. Stones deep here with Jacks.
I mean, to me, it's just
Action Kenny, King 10 suited. So keys coming in there.
And again, I was a Cocoa Puffs too.
His spouse's name is Maria Chris.
Oh, snap.
Maria Chris.
So his first name is
Steve puts in a small 3-bet at 25 with ace-queen. Kenny's gonna come along. Stone's deep flats as well.
Oh gosh, and when you're running good, you're running good. Stones deep, top set here with Jacks. Nothing for anybody else, not even one player with a club. So we're just gonna let some action here. Steve R just trying to hopefully juice up this pot for you with nothing. And we're gonna, looks like we're gonna pop in a raise here for Stones deep maybe. And we are gonna pop in a raise. Looks like we're gonna make it maybe 100? 100 or 80, something like that. And unfortunately, unfortunately for Stones Deep, Steve R just has absolutely nothing.
So this is his real name. I mean, it's not.
I mean, you really got to be convinced that Steve's got an overpair here to make this raise. I feel like
It's a logical nickname. It's not just because his last name's Chris. It's like it's an actual logical.
T-Bird, that seems like a good flop for Jack Jack. It does. It does seem like a decent flop.
oh, here we go. Makes it 80. I thought, okay, he didn't.
Yeah, I know, he made it 80.
All right, 50 more. Okay.
100 would have been a little excessive, yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
excessive.
I'm like, there you go.
Are you okay with 80? Does that fit in the Jake range?
It's okay.
It's no Jack 10, but we'll take it.
I still like
It
flatting.
doesn't matter. He's not going to get any action anyways. Yeah.
You can let him hit a turn card. Give him a chance to make a pair.
And that right there, you guys see Bob. Bob is another one of our booth masters who hangs out behind us and one of the technical brains behind the whole broadcast operation.
The brain.
The brain. The main brain.
The Bob.
All right, Sonoma Joe, our first chip stack over 1K here, 1.1K. I believe he bought in for no more than 500, I think. Let's see what Sonoma Joe started with. Sonoma Joe started, he was at 440. So yeah, he probably bought it for about 5 or 4, and he's definitely up there.
I agree. I think the benching for the hand slower, and I flat in there is pretty standard for me. There's not enough on that board to really feel confident that your opponent's got it, going to continue. If he's got clubs, he continues. If he's got an overpair, he continues, but that's just too narrow of a range to be trying to extract value from that early in the hand.
You're like, hey.
I'll argue Giger. I mean, you can raise, but I think flatting is just so much better there on that board. If the board is King Jack or any other Broadway card with a Jack, like King Jack, Deuce Queen Jack, Ace Jack, especially Ace Jack, but then you can try to get value out of Broadway combo draw or Broadway draws, club draws, other top pair type hands. But on Jack 4 Deuce, you just have the entire thing crippled. You're only getting value out of overpairs.
Well, the thing is, well, you can also get value out of possible flush draw too.
Yeah,
I mean, it has to be a flush draw with 2 overs, though. You know what I mean?
It's a flush. I mean, that's just such a small group of hands to try to, specifically get value from.
All right, so Queen Jack 10 here. 8 on the turn. This is going to give a straight draw here for Action Kenny. Top pair still here for Swiftly, and open-ended for Ray. Swiftly's going to fire out the 35. Kenny's going to make the call. And Ray over here is thinking about what he wants to do. He's in position. He's open-ended as well. I mean, relatively speaking, it's 35 to get into a pot of 161. 2 flush draws out there, potentially.
The graphic shows Ray has got 370. He's not in the hand anymore, but he has 372 back. He clearly does not have that much.
Yeah, we're catching up.
That's not man.
I already ordered one.
She didn't bill you yet, did she? Okay, I'll take it.
I would like
Suresh, welcome to the chat room. Glad you randomly came across Sonoma Joe, who apparently you went to school with, out of nowhere. That's always a pleasant surprise.
I'll get that green tea too.
It's just one big happy family over here at Stones.
You're the one who thinks.
Or like the fun family, like the had a few cocktails at Thanksgiving dinner type family.
Yeah,
You know what I
don't
mean?
worry about split on lawn and books.
Yeah, exactly. You got the one weird, crazy uncle. Come on down. You're gonna love it.
I was good.
They're still talking about that about the
Top on the block.
Top set of jacks.
Stones deep check raising there. I don't think you get a lot of value out of 9s and 10s there. I don't think 9s and 10s call. I do think stakes are relevant. How players play different stakes does change as you move up and down through the stakes. But I think at any of those stakes, I think flatting's more standard there. I mean, unless your opponent's a maniac.
Sometimes when I flop a hand like that against the original aggressor, I like to actually bet out a small bet, almost like a tester bet to see where I'm at, enticing them to raise me, even with air. You know what I mean? Right? Because then Ace Queen's like, no, I'm gonna fire in a raise and blow you off.
Let him rep the overpair.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Then he can flatten.
Because he can make that move like a Jack 10, Jack Queen all day. You know what I mean? Like it's just a small bet. Okay, I flopped a Jack and you probably didn't. But if he fires over the top fat to represent something huge, then you just got it. You know? There's a couple different ways to play that game.
Are you kidding me? In the chat box. What's up, Chris?
Are you kidding me?
Jack of clubs on the turn. Everyone's got Broadway draws. Brick. And Stones deep. Pair of queens gonna take the hand down.
Poor Action Kenny missed his royal draw.
I figured you had either I was gonna pull for the last second. Why?
as I look at our chip stacks here, still a relatively fatty stacked game here. Action Kenny on the short end with 115.
I mean, you had to. My pre-flop back.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Coming in here with King Queen,
He's gonna play on Veronica.
figuring out what she wants to do. And the spirit hand every time. Think.
He's friends with he's friends with why is he not nice? Like best.
Oh, he's a complete troll.
Shaq the Jack says, anybody have any tips on cheating in poker? I have a home game coming up this weekend and I'm really bad. Yeah, you know what? For starters, use a pinochle deck and don't tell anybody and just see what happens. That's always fun.
Kenny's gonna jam it here.
Hey, it's Ace Jack, King Queen, Ace 7, Ace 10. Get it, Kenny, way ahead. Stone's deep here. Yeah, gone. Everybody's gone.
But if I call it that, because everybody's supposed to call. Huh? You gotta remember, if I call, then I give them and then they want to call.
Gatekeeper's probably Veronica would have called Ace Queen Diamond Diamond. She would have.
Yeah.
Veronica's also a fish.
She's always on that mom juice. Always on that wine, the Wine Wednesday here. And again, back at Stones, where we always deal pocket pairs. Action Kenny with 7s and Donkey Fish with jacks.
5 sevens.
There's Kimberly there delivering some drinks, our resident bartender for the evening.
Sonoma Joe's gonna make it 12 to go out of the hijack. King Deuce suited. Suited.
But it was suited. Alright, so Steve R here with the mystery hand, we can't see. And Donkafish wastes no time. Looks like we're gonna make it, what is it, 40? 55, 55. Big ol' raise. And let's see if this wants to be Kenny's all-in hand. I don't think so, but you never know.
Kenny can't call.
Nope.
Now she said
He knows he's dominated right there.
Well, he doesn't have enough behind the set line. So we got Poker Pro Eric and Are You Kidding Me? That's Chris Hinchcliffe in the chat. Talking about a last longer bet for the Thursday evening tournament here at Stones.
It's not that dark. It's not dark enough to be
what is it?
Do it.
supposed to be race surprise. They said it's not.
Something tells me,
That's not good.
$40 lasts longer. I'm like, something tells me, there you go, make it 100. I was like, something tells me their last longer is going to be bigger than the buy into the tournament. They don't
Yeah.
$75 buy in, I'm like, they're not going to do a $40 last
$75
longer.
buy tournament,
Yeah.
and $200 last longer.
Yeah.
I just gotta fold, guys. I just gotta fold.
I just gotta fold. Just gotta fold. But I like the last longer that honestly has it like at least the size of the tournament buy-in, because then it's like if you beat the other guy takes a shitty beat, then you're automatically free rolling.
Yeah.
So it's always fun. All right, Sarah over here. Donna.
Now, are you guys doing that on the first bullet, or just over? I mean, you fire as many bullets as you want.
Boom! Huge flop for Sarah here.
Fire, fire,
Two
fire, fire,
overs,
fire, fire, fire.
Jake's giving in the past half hour delayed directions. Fire, fire, please fire. That's 10 into Batman. Horrible flop for Batman. 2 overs with all spades, and I think Batman threw a raise there. That's I'm gonna see where I'm at raise, and Sarah double checking that she does in fact have the spade. Yeah, see, the whole pinochle deck thing, and I think I actually bought a pinochle deck by accident one time from the store. That's actually going to put pocket eights open-ended Batman here on the turn. But yeah, I bought a pinochle deck by accident a long time ago when we were on a road trip and we needed a deck of cards, and I had no idea. And we started playing Rummy, and I was like, I don't think this is right. Oh, wow. Awkward river here. Puts a 4-card straight in the board and gives Batman a set.
I think Sarah could have thought about betting. She's gonna have more Jack 10 in her hand, or more jacks in her hands, and Batman is raising. I don't think Batman's raising a hand like like Jack 10 on that flop. Even if you have a Jack 10 like Jack of Spades, I don't think he's raising. I think Sarah could have thought about making a bet there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They're like, oh no, he's counting out calling chips. Oh no!
Yeah, and then
Don't do it.
Are you kidding me? It's his first bullet only.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah, they're gonna bet more than have a last longer, bigger than the buy-in.
Love it. Love it.
He starts running his mouth.
well, I just
Minimum 80, Eric. Right? Because then it's enough to where you paid for my buy-in and a beer.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with all of
Poker
that.
Pro Eric says 100. There it is. There you go.
That'd be hilarious if your last longer bet with somebody and like that's the guy who busts you. You're like, oh, of course he's so looking for it. But the problem is, as much as he would want to bust you, he equally has that much to lose if he doubles you up, right? You're like, damn it. All right, over to the table here. Looks like we're gonna see a flop here. 4-handed. Boom, King, Queen, 9.
right when it came
Wowzers.
off.
King 10 here with top pair and a gut shot straight draw. Possible running diamond potential. Donkafish, strong lead here.
I like what Lucky Lefty Poker says, sending you Zresh. If you bust the other, it should be double.
That's like when you play Monopoly and you land on go, you should get paid double. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you never played that way?
You land on go.
So if you, well, because you get
so
like
you get 200 passive.
200 and then like 200 when you land on it, right?
And you land on it. I never played that way.
So I don't know. It's all I know is it's an option. Like if you play it like in an iPad or something, you know, it's like, oh yeah, get double for landing on go, and I'm like, yes. And I always think that free parking, like all the money that gets collected in taxes and fees, should always go to free parking.
Oh.
Some people don't play that way. They play where free parking has like nothing. I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing? Why are we even playing this game?
Why is free parking there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what free parking is. All the little taxes you collect, and then you go in the middle, you land on free parking, you scoop.
So the best advice I've ever heard in Monopoly is always be the first person to start trading. First person to start trading is always one of the final couple players because they're making things that are beneficial to them. Period. Even if it helps the other person, if two guys are trading, it's helping both of them, and the third person's getting just the crap end of it. You know what I mean? Just saying. Unless you're just really crappy at trading. Let's talk about Monopoly game theory.
Game theory Monopoly. Like, never mind that actually Kenny's got aces right now. We got Monopoly game theory going on right now.
Well, guys, that's because it's stones. We give pocket pairs. We've been over that. Raise to 12. Can't get any action here. Steve's going to look him up here with ace queen. Let's see ace queen on the flop, or at least a queen high board.
Right play every time.
Underrated action.
3 outs,
Wow. Okay. So that's interesting. Jack queen
Springs
king.
Eternal.
Yeah, Jack queen king on the flop. You know, they tend to a chop here.
I think it's a good check by Kenny.
I'll tell you. I played that.
So, I mean, nobody
Oh, and then he's going to raise.
What? No.
No, he calls. Okay, thank you.
Boom.
Wrestling people.
Alrighty, so pot sitting at 68 bucks. Turn helps nobody. Kenny's gonna fire out. Looks like a quarter. And
Kenny goes check call lead.
Re-raise pre-flop, you bet the pot, and you jam the 20.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what more you need to do. Just shift the flop.
boom. This does complete a 4-card straight on the board. Neither player's hand also completes a running flush potential, and we're just going to see a check showdown, and aces will be good. Action Kenny waking up with some aces. They actually hold.
Still aces cracked?
No. That's just the 7.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't know how long it was.
Oh, that's why that guy's.
I'm going to pounce that small bet on Kenny for the turn. If I'm Steve, that's
You say not up in here.
I'm gonna, yeah, that's such a, like, just let me get the showdown, bet. You're like gonna lay your own price to get there cheaply. You don't want to check out to call a bigger bet, so the players will they'll bet into.
By players, you mean me, because I totally do that.
Yeah, they're trying to like, here, like, just call it. So easy just to call it.
Just call it.
You know, we're just turning our hands over like friends.
Because I want to bet 25, and I don't want to check and have you bet 60.
Yes.
So that's why I'm betting 25.
So then when that player bets 25, you make it, you know, like 115, 120.
And then I cry, and then I'm like, yeah,
know,
screw
like-
you too, Jake.
Yeah. Like,
Not that this
if
is
you
an
didn't, if you didn't lead
experience.
25, you could have just checked called 60, but instead you tried to lead. You tried to lay your
This isn't about me. Don't make this about me.
Yeah.
This is about you and your crappy raise. Ooh, Rick and Barstow, sick burn. Taylor didn't swiftly leave. Swiftly hit the ATM. And Batman raises, and everybody respects the man in the cape.
Is players have their phones out, they're watching this game. How has no one picked up on the fact that Batman is quite creative?
Yeah.
So they should be knowing this by now.
Well, I mean, he did change his name to Batman, so we're gonna give him that in the creativity department. Right off the bat.
Good point.
You know, I swear to God, I should just come here and play like in an actual Batman suit. Like, just straight up. Let's do it. Like, you don't have? Of course I have one at home
you could
already.
pull it off, yeah.
Actually, I have a Duffman suit from The Simpsons. I'll wear that.
You probably do.
I do.
God.
Of course I do.
Oh Lord.
Why wouldn't I?
I'm a firm believer that
Poker Pro Eric says that Norman Chad direct messaged him on Twitter the other day. You really do.
I mean,
exactly.
why wouldn't I have a Duffman suit already? We'll rock that sometime.
Norman Chad direct message Poker Pro Eric if you yell at him. It sounds about right.
That wasn't her point. It was a gender point, right?
Yes, it is a gender.
It wasn't a variance. No, that's not what I was nodding. I was agreeing with you.
Dana.
Yeah, no,
Meaning the action.
She's not listening to me.
Donna.
You think you get different answers?
Depending on who's in my
No.
game, I think in the same situation.
No, we're not making fun of you per se. We're laughing with you. Dana.
It's Donna.
What's up, Dana? We were wondering if you understood how capital letters worked. Dana.
Okay, look. It's not my fault that the people that back.
Whoa! Those are fighting words. Dana's trying to shark her way over here into the booth.
General people think that in like
Speaking of Dana, Dana's got King Jack.
15.
Dana's got King Jack super points here. How's this hand gonna work out for you? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
under the table.
She's against Batman with King Jack off.
What do you mean? I've been doing them every
15
seconds.
You just make a face when you let me know you're doing it.
She just can't help herself.
Wait a minute, wait. I don't get it. Why is everybody...
Tone Low, to answer your question, there's basically only one stone. It's one giant building, but it's actually kind of two separate entities within the same building that you can walk with a giant glass wall here where you can see us doing commentary in kind of a fish tank. Good times.
You can call that. I heard that like that's out a little bit peed and hold it a little bit more out.
Sarah 88 makes it 13 to go.
Love you, Dana.
Jack.
A lot of people make bad calls against me.
Boom! Huge flop for, oh my god, huge flop for Dana here. 8-10 queen with two hearts.
Play
Huge
fast, play
flop
fast,
with
play
King Jack of
fast,
hearts.
play fast. Play faster than betting $15.
Oh, it looks like Steve's gonna look her up once. Boom! Deuce brick on the turn.
Bet more.
And they don't know what Donna means.
And
What's Shark Week?
you can hear rail burning from the side over here.
God, it's so loud. It's so loud.
Women, professionals, and professionals is that
Sarah should be betting more.
men are
More betting.
based on image.
Wow, it's gonna work though.
Steve with the mystery cards.
And then she shows
The
it.
guy can wear exactly what you're wearing. Have the same body.
It wasn't for lack of effort, Poker Pro Eric. It wasn't that she didn't try to lose that game.
You didn't handle him.
Wow, sick burn. More stones water for that burn.
Then if you see a woman in the men's shoot the guy that goes, you know they're both all about business, but just you've been trained and
It's made with all the tears from all the bad deeds.
he's always more together.
Gypsy tears.
It tastes
Right, but I mean, you
The tears of lost ships
tastes like poorly played hands
it's crazy how that works.
and lost value.
and sad souls.
I mean, the same thing goes for everything. Education, you can take a woman professor, a professor. You just assume he's smarter unless it deals with something to do with body language or feeling or some kind of song. Then you take the women.
What is Ray talking about?
You do see Peter. Peter's over there at the table next door. He's in one of those juicy 2-5 games.
Then it's like the other night, I'm playing in this action-packed game, and I'm just completely card dead. So obviously I'm folding almost every hand. But there's there's like 2 other people at the table playing even tighter than me, and I'm the one that they gotta make comments about. Why are you playing so tight?
Right.
You ever gonna play a hand?
Right.
Like, when's the last time you saw this dude play a hand?
Right.
Like, why are you using that hand?
It's funny because like one of my favorite things about I love educating women as far
Hey,
as
Kim.
men.
Just
Like,
listening to some
You
table
use my
chat
card,
here.
right?
Oh, always.
The guy who's trying to tell you something, we love to go jargon at you to show how smart he is. Oh, this $17,000.
Yeah, Tolo, they always get a pretty good turnout. The Saturday tournaments religiously always have like 130 plus players, at least. I know the 40K guarantee we just had, that was 130 players. First place was slated to take like 14, 15 grand. They ended up doing a 2-way chop for almost 10K each. Always good turnouts. I mean, hell, even in the Tuesday and Thursday night tournaments, which are a little bit smaller ones, you still end up getting over 100 players for a $75 buy-in. So yeah, and they always give away a 350 seat. Always some value there. Always something worth coming down for. And they got great food too. So get some, and it's all on a Sweet Players menu with discounted food, discounted drinks. Come down, eat a meal, have some breakfast,
Crush some souls.
crush some souls. Love to see you leaving the house. Just like, honey, what are you gonna go do? Like, oh, I'm just gonna go crush some souls. They're like, okay, have fun, be nice,
Take people's mortgage payments.
make good choices.
Sonoma Joe, a lot of ducks.
Oh, a lot of ducks.
Yeah, the Thursday night tournament definitely is one of the better events to play during the week if you're playing dailies. Yeah, it should be like, are you kidding me? Points out in the chat box. Usually, 120 plus runners is not out of the question at all.
Which is super solid for a random like weeknight tournament that starts, at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
All right here.
Usually pays out somewhere between $2 to $3 grand per first.
Yeah.
And for on $75 at a $75 price point, good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
10K starting stack.
Sweet.
A lot of fun.
So night on the turn actually gives Ray open-ended here against Sonoma Joe.
Turn going to bed. You might as well show the bluff. We're gonna see it.
They're having more fun than we are. That's right.
Oh.
So many barrels. So many wine barrels.
Sonoma Joe is now up over $1 grand. Good night for him. Of course, you get that huge hand against Taylor Swiftly's Kings.
Man, it feels good with King Jack to beat Kings when you river Jack all in on the turn.
Yeah, getting it in with a
2 outer with 1 card to
So
go.
what, he's got what, like 6% there? 7%? Because I mean, the king's gone, so
Yeah, he needs a jack.
Yeah,
He needs
yeah.
a jack, 2 outs.
Yeah,
Period.
5%.
5% all day. Period.
wow, 5%.
It's one of those things. Well, I can only catch a jack on the river. Like I'm already over the hand. I'm already looking away, and then it's like jack. I'm like, whoa, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, did that just? Is this real life?
It's not the worst I've got.
The old duck bit.
Like that. You came on a couple times.
They keep all your ducks in a row.
Tell them like us, we stream tournaments as well, just cash. We just missed the Monday stream was the final table of our last Sunday tournament. Once a month, last Sunday, 350 buy-in, 40K guarantee. We presently have the final table. We're streaming on Mondays.
Yeah, so we do that. So we final table stream that tournament and any other sort of like random event. So whenever we have like the Hydra series,
The High Roller.
yeah, the High Roller series, any of the other
Special-
random Stones
special
tournaments. So
events.
yeah, special events. We always final stream. We always stream the final table. So come on there, make the final table, make some money. We'll all railbird you. We'll have some fun together. Friends can watch you. It'll be good.
Double.
And back to the action where we always give pairs, 3s for Rays, and 8s for Steve R. Steve is going to, looks like he's going to come in for Rays here with his 8s. Here's to 11 by Sonoma Joe, a re-raise with 8s to 30 by Steve R. And I believe we have, is that a full? Oh no, Sarah, yeah, Sarah's going to call that. All right, 4 players going to the flop. Juicy little pot here. Oh, like 3 players going to the flop. Juicy little pot. 105, bink, 10, queen, 4. Ace Jack has a sweet little gut shot to Broadway. 8's still in the lead by Steve.
He's gonna jam it.
And honestly, he's ahead.
If you can get a 10 to fold, this is a good jam, but you're never getting a queen to fold. So
I think, especially for a stack, I think like anybody with a queen, like you said, is going to call. It's going to look him up there. Especially if they have any sort of like queen jack or anything where they could pick up another potential like running straight card on the turn.
What do you have? You might as well show us. Yeah, you might as well start showing.
We're going to see it. He's like, I ain't showing that. You can check it out later.
I bet you put them on King's rates there.
Mike, what do you have?
Before you flipped over, I was like, King.
I'm thinking, I really want to call 100 for the good time.
Yeah, I know.
I got to have.
So next employee game,
Like thought.
let's say we just
You don't know that.
Or
stick Veronica in the game and let her
Or your ace.
just open the everyone.
Oh, for sure.
She like hits and spew at it.
Here's the deal. I say you stick Veronica in the game, and then just one commentator in the booth because she'll pick up all the slack.
Yeah,
At the
it's,
table.
yeah, you don't even need it. Like,
You know, we don't need anybody else.
Redraw.
Yeah, I don't think they'll let us in there.
she can get people to spew.
I'm gonna write a letter.
It's because they drink too much.
Yeah.
They just spew.
Couldn't remember who it was like, yeah, it's every 4.
Taylor Swiftly with 21 to go, ace king off. I believe there is a straddle. Yes, Sonoma Joe has a $6 straddle on right now.
I am a knit.
Just explains the sizing there.
Poor Becca. Yes, I am in it. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
What did she just fold?
I don't know. I think there's
Knit Rebecca, what did you just fold?
What did she just fold? Yeah.
You see Ray all in there. He's not all in for 317. He is in for like $66 or something.
I don't know. 317 is just like such a sexier shove there.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Way
call it
sexy.
317.
Yeah,
He's all for 317 or 66. Like
He's all in for 317 divided by like 5.
Yeah.
And
Thank you,
so he's gonna
Tammy.
make the call. Yeah, there you go. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? I mean, it's not like he has hundreds and hundreds of dollars there. Boom.
$1 billion.
Oh, well, somebody else. Oh, wow. See, that's the thing about it. So you have this classic coin flip, right? You got ace king versus pocket sixes. But when that board pairs, all the cards are over. When that board pairs on the turn, it just gives him so many more outs. Even a double pair, the board and just counterfeit you.
8, 10,
So many counterfeits. She folded ace jack. That's what Beck folded.
Oh, she rolled an ace jack. Oh, Jesus. All right, Rebecca.
Jake is going to give you one complimentary lesson after this broadcast to get you hooked, and then he'll start charging from there.
You know, you're never gonna be able to, buy like good hookers from below if you don't start barreling some ace jack.
I was trying to
There's bad
banter.
hookers?
I know I got lucky. That was a horrible board for me. Everything. I'm like, listen, I'm glad that only one person.
$1 billion.
Taylor and say thank you.
Oh, I like it. Now we got sidebar needling. Zeresh just saying, are you kidding me? He's going to be driving to Vegas on Poker Pro Eric's money to last longer bet.
If I don't put the live out.
So, you know what? If you can make it from here to Vegas on $100, that's pretty solid.
Oh my God! When I drove last year, it was the last second thing when I went, and the only rental car they had was a Chevy Spark.
Yeah, you called it too.
But did it super rock in mileage or what?
Oh, dude, I got nearly 50 miles per gallon round trip, and that's with my foot buried in it, just trying to keep up with traffic.
Yeah.
It took like 6 miles to get up to 65 miles an hour, but once I was there, it was it's insane.
Why?
You really, and actually they help you out because they put a little hole in the floorboard, so you just put your feet down and Flintstone
Yeah,
it.
Flintstone it.
You really got to help it from a stop, from a dead stop there, for sure.
Obviously, it doesn't
We
really
pulled the grade, and then went over the pass and attached me. And
unless you had a better
the truck goes to pass the other truck. And it took me a while to get up to that speed. So then I got to slow down. And
There's no way you're getting back out there,
Yeah.
especially if you're on an incline.
Yeah, I just move over behind the trucks. Sorry guys, I'm at trucker speed now. I'm doing 35.
So Batman's gonna pick up a small pot. He's gonna flop bottom 2. He bets it. Nothing to look him up with. Dun, it's just gonna fold and get out of the way.
So gate corkscrew was a straddle. So we're actually, that's what I kind of mentioned about the straddle being on there in that previous hand. So it wasn't the 7x open, he didn't open at 21, and then what they're gonna make was a $6 straddle. So he's making it 3.5x. Which I think you can find ace check, even when someone's opening an ace check, or when someone opens under the gun. But then again, it does go against the gap concept.
Whenever I see somebody who has glasses like Ray has, and you're playing cards, and they have the big print cards, I mean, I always look because it's like you can. If I had like super stellar hawk vision, I could easily look in the reflection of their glasses and see their cards. You know what I mean? I'm just like, wow, from across the table. So sometimes you gotta be careful with those, man. I mean, I guess it helps if you hold your cards like this. But.
I played with a player who will remain nameless. But anytime, like, you know, I don't think he likes players wearing glasses. Well, I know he doesn't. He likes people. You pick a lot of players who come through their eyes what they're doing. And so a player puts, you know, glasses on, namely a pair of reflective glasses. He'll tell him, just so you know, I'm not alright. I wouldn't, but if I want to do it, I can see your cards with the glasses. And players will take their glasses off oftentimes. But if they don't, you'll notice if they keep the glasses on, he'll pull out these glasses. And he actually wears just regular, just seen eyeglasses. So he'll pull out these like big, like visor things that go over his regular glasses. And he'll tell the player, like, better. But if they don't put the glasses on, he'll put on these like super reflective things so that it's a level playing field. But now he's got this like giant mirror.
Yeah.
He could like totally see. It's BS, for when that guy says it. I fall for it though.
Well, now you know his game plan. Never again. There's only one time. And give out jacks constantly. Jacks, kings, queens, take it back.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Good old action cannon.
I was thinking
Yeah.
We're getting fired today.
We got a raise to 13 here by jacks by Stones.
Really nice knowing you guys.
So Joe's out of the way, and swiftly is going to look him up. A little ace rag suited, see what happens, see if we hit some hearts.
Even you don't want it to. It's in there.
Jack of hearts with another heart out there on the flop because we're gluttons for punishment like that.
We are. We're the worst.
That is not going to help. Queen, queen, 8. Insta check there by Swiftly.
Good flop for jacks.
Yep, boom. Stones Deep's going to fire his jacks and Swiftly instantly releases.
Lucky Lefty says they love their Blue Shark. Actually, I think I mentioned it here before the stream. I bought a pair of Blue Shark optics, and they were great. They really are. They do exactly everything that they're intended to. They hide your eyes, allow for maximum light penetration. You can really see the board, and the table really, really well. And your eyes
Is it is it one of those glasses where it almost makes things like brighter, like super polarized, super cool?
Yeah.
Are they really expensive, or how much do they run for? Do you know?
The ones I bought were like the Jonathan Lowe series, and I think they were like
Okay, that's not bad. That's when people buy glasses that are 200, 300 plus.
Yeah, the problem I felt like a schmuck. I felt like the guy who just got done watching TV poker and is now I'm gonna wear sunglasses at the table. I couldn't. And it's probably fine, but I couldn't do I wasn't feeling it.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm terrible.
Hey, does anybody like
I just kind of learned to kind of train myself to stare at the same spot and kind of try to do the same things for about a few every day.
We were talking about this the other day. I feel that every player in a tournament always wants to, whenever they go to they have a hand and they want to raise, we all do the same thing. We look over the tournament clock. What are the blinds?
Yeah.
What do I make this? Because I don't want to screw up my
Go
raise.
through the routine.
This might get better.
All right. 8, 10, 4 here. No help to anybody. Bunch of rando hands. Everybody's a pair draw. And they'll hit the pair draw. Pair 4's on the board here. Sonoma Joe's going to fire out. And Swiftly is going to be just instant gone. He's not even. I think he already pre-folded this hand in his head. He was just like, I'm gone. Wow, Rick and Barstow wants to kill everything. He's like, let's outlaw sunglasses, earbuds / headphones, and hoodies. Jake, if they outlaw hoodies, what are you gonna do with yourself?
On my Twitch.
I'd have to knot. I'd have to knot myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do there.
I don't even know.
Even my Stones jacket has a hood on it.
That's what I mean. Well, you can wear the hoodie, but you can't put the hoodie on.
Hood the hoodie. You can't don.
You can't hood the hoodie. Don the hoodie?
Yeah.
I want to don the hoodie.
Oh man, if I troll him, he's gonna start talking shit about me.
Yeah, well, it's a good change of pace.
The one thing I will say about earbuds or headphones, if you're gonna at the table and you want to listen to your own music or anything like that, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. But one in, one out.
I'm a huge fan. You have to know what the action's going on. You have to know what's happening.
There's nothing more notching that player who's always like,
What is it?
what?
Yeah.
Okay, and then like
Because they have on the super Beats
Yeah.
Bose noise canceling headphones, and they couldn't hear like the wall if it crumbled behind them. You know, I'm a huge fan, so I used to be the 2 in and just kind of zone out and do my thing. But very quickly I learned that the whole 1 in, so you just have your music, but you need to be aware. And table talk's huge. People give away so much information about their hand, just talking and the way they're acting and the way they're just announcing their bets or the way they're asking what's going on. Yeah, really, I mean, you're almost doing yourself you are doing yourself a disservice by having just super noise canceling headphones in. You're killing yourself, and you don't know it.
straight. And Sonoma Joe checks it straight. Diamonds got there.
They still don't have me the lowest.
Swiftly's thinking about either making a very thin value bet or turning it into a bluff. The option not to.
Pretty sure you're way ahead.
Poker Pro Eric says need a constitutional amendment to outlaw card counting and edge sorting. Poker Pro Eric, if you didn't play games of chance, that wouldn't be a problem for you.
Hungry again.
Don't play on the dark side.
Some places already have a hoodie rule. Yeah, they're called
It might
banks.
not be visible though.
Banks don't like when you walk in a hoodie.
Play with us next time so we can learn something.
Wait till there's a flop and put it right here. Well, you can hear it.
Oh my god, what is...
I don't know what's going on over there with Rebecca in the
feel like she's
paper.
like directing like a lot of table banter and comments at us. Like, were we getting on her excessively over
No,
how
we weren't at all. But I think that honestly that she just thought we would. She told me before before the stream she was just like, oh my god, I'm so I'm kind of nervous. Like I hope people don't criticize my play. I was like, are you kidding me? First off, it's the internet. Everybody's gonna criticize everything. Okay.
Yeah, we're all.
And second off, guys, it's just poker, man. We're having fun. You're gonna play every hand to the best of your ability, to the best of the knowledge you have at the moment, and we're all just here to watch it unfold. So relax. It's all good.
I mean, it gets kind of distracting sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I can see this definitely on the camera.
Thresh, no, we do not have beat
Whether or
sets.
not they actually use that camera.
We're working on that.
Yeah, just put the camera, just put it on whoever's better.
We need some
Put it in
beat
front of your
sets.
seat. Just like you're you should have. Do you have a Sharpie? Do you have a Sharpie?
He's pointing at me. Stop pointing at me. He can see us.
Wow, they all feel like that we've been judging them and been hard on
We're
them.
always looking, watching, judging. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Always. Always.
Guys, it's our job. We're supposed to sit here and
Respectfully
apart.
needle you.
Yeah.
Respectfully needle. It's called respectful needle. But hashtag no heroin. South Point Carter has a no hoodie rule. South Point. I've never been to South Point Carter, but it sounds like it might not be in the best area of town.
the South Point. It's in Vegas. It's on the kind of the outskirts of it's kind of off the strip.
Puppy Monkey Baby should be outlawed. I do kind of agree with Gay Corpse on that one.
I'm with that's got to stop. And first I'm like, oh wow, that's really kind of, and then they kept going oh wow, no, never mind, it's annoying.
Yeah. That was funny for the first 4 seconds, and I'm already over it.
Yeah. No, my kids love it. My kids.
I almost
Kids lead news. I go home and my idea of parenting is to take a flashlight shine on the wall.
That's legit. Yeah, I do the same thing with my cat. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But at least you're a good dad. You give them apple pie ice cream whenever they so want. Whatever they want. It's nice.
I kind of thought the ace might have hit too, but if it did, maybe I could represent it.
Poker for Eric's is the South Point. It's equivalent to where the Casino Royale was at relative to Sacramento.
That
Gives them some
that
perspective.
about makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, it's nice because you can go in there, you can get a meal, you can play poker, and then if you need crack, 10 feet out the door, there you're at. You're good. Right there. And 6s for Taylor Swiftly. For Sonoma Joe, raises to 11. Swiftly's going to call the raise.
Early position raiser with the King 7 suited.
Yeah.
Under the gun +1. On the bright side of Suicide, he's going to be able to rep a lot stronger hands than he actually has.
Right side of Suicide. Wow, deuce 3-5. Great flop for Swiftly. He's going to instantly fire. Swiftly's making all sorts of motions here. I don't know if he's looking at maybe a coconut. Oh, he's not folding. He's not folding. Are you kidding me? No way. Oh, there you go. Now we're getting serious.
Really, really real.
Now it's getting real. For real, for real? And yeah, Sonoma Joe's just instantly gone there. Super instant checkout. There's Batman. See Batman taking off right now.
Taylor did swiftly.
Taylor did swiftly. I knew they were just reading the chat comments and they're reading.
Wow.
I knew they would.
They're also self-conscious. Just play. Get off your phones and play poker, guys. Have fun. If there's any weird, rule that I might, it might be like keep the phones, off the table. Like during tournaments and stuff like that. Players, we've all cooked the players gotten bad about that. This game's getting less and less social. It's so much more fun when it's social. And players are just like on the phone, not paying attention, and especially in captain, hey, actions on you, actions on you, actions on you.
Yeah.
And they're twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah. And I try to be really conscious of that if I'm doing anything other than poker. Like if I'm having some sort of conversation on my phone, like a text conversation or some sort of whatever, or I'm eating food, I always try to be very aware of where the action's at, what's going on. You know what I mean? Because you shouldn't ever have to wait for me. Like I should be able to do kind of like whatever I want, that's fine, but you should never have to wait for me. Like I should basically be, even if I'm on my phone, I should be here and out of the corner of my eye know that once it goes fold, like I'm ready to just muck,
Kenny should now be looking to get some chips in the pot. He flopped top set, check back, good check back. Wow, checks back again? Oof. What?
See,
I didn't need.
And the problem with not firing or extracting any value there on the turn.
I think he did bet the turn. He did. Bet
okay, because I was gonna say if the other player was on a draw, then once they miss it, you get nothing. You know what I mean? You have to make them pay for that draw and get a little bit of value there.
Oh no, because Kenny was out of position. Sorry. So I think we did go check on the turn. Jesus.
Speaking of chemtrails.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, we can't bring that up again. That's too much in one stream.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think Kenny can actually lead that turn even. You gotta start building a pot at some point, and he's gonna pick up a lot of Broadway combos, gonna hit a lot of aces on the turn, and Kenny can definitely get value. Okay, corpse.
Bite your tongue, bite your tongue.
Bite the tongue, just don't even.
Boom, deuce 4, jack, ace 4 here, spikes a 4, Kenny with top pair, and Kenny's gonna fire out 16, Sonoma Joe's gonna flat. Turn, king of diamonds, no help to either. Sonoma Joe's gonna check it over to Kenny, and Kenny's gonna check behind. 9 on the river, gives Kenny the check mark. And let's see here. Option for Kenny, he's just gonna check, showdown, and say, give me that pot.
That was when you asked.
Everyone hates value. Rosin 360. What's up? Everyone hates value.
What? I feel like this is the typical Jake statement. Why do you hate money? Do you hate money? Why do you hate money? Gay Corpse is going off about those chemtrails. I feel like you almost should use that joke.
I'm not just
I mean, with the frequency in which we talked about, blow already.
I know, and it's like, guys. I mean, I don't even I'm saying I don't even do it. I just think it's funny But I heard a joke today that says something about chemtrails. That chemtrails are just lines of glow for Jesus. And I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny. So I'm sorry. Sorry to say it, but I had to say it because I thought it was funny.
I mean, why should we think that Jesus doesn't like to party?
Right here. No, it's because the name says John.
I mean, I figure since Veronica's not here, somebody has to let out like something that's past the line.
Yeah, someone's
got to get inappropriate.
First off,
I mean,
Oh, Rebecca's joining us in the chat there.
nut.
And Game Corp's here.
Rebecca, nice fold ace jack.
Wow. Sick delayed burn.
I thought you said, are you coming in? I was like, yeah. Fail. Fail.
Rebecca probably like drives her car like hand steering was like 10 and 2 the entire time, just 10 and 2.
Yeah.
By the books, ABC.
You know, they've changed that. It's not 10 and 2 anymore. Now you're supposed to go like by the sides because of the airbags.
Really?
It's true. Again, extra useless knowledge that I have. Just saying. It's supposed to be like, whatever, like 9 and 3.
I'm trying to think of the dynamic in which the airbags can blow your arms.
Yeah.
Like,
it's taken off like hands before. Like, bye. All right, look at this flop here. Speaking of gruesome fun stuff, speaking of hands, 10, 9 on the flop.
I like the way you bridge that. It's good.
Taylor Swiftly, strong, flopping trips. Unfortunately, nobody else really has anything to look him up except for perhaps Donkafish, who was open-ended, and makes the call. Turns pair with open-ended. And gets completely counterfeited in just about every way possible, and good times. So now we have a chop pot with 8 high. Oh, I lied. That wasn't. There you go. Swiftly. We didn't see Swiftly there. The tracker was a little messed up there. Like, wait a second. How do we have 8 high now?
glad you won't watch it.
Suda has coffee, phone, notes.
Yeah, the graphic was bad there in the end. I figured Swiftly had all that beat.
Yeah, he had a lot of 10s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Lately, because he's been like this summer, he's been
10-3 on him.
Wow.
Like, oh yeah, me
You
and
can expect a lot of value out of that hand.
I guess that's cool. What beautiful
Donna.
Oh my God! There's the hand every time she puts in chips.
A lot of value.
That's why do you think I did it?
Maximum.
I wonder if she was like, is that like the grocery
I did it so that
store? Like
exact pop would come,
$20
and
like
then you would.
$20
I feel like she'll be doing dishes at home, and she'll do the dishes, and like she's.
No, I only like say.
Done.
I mean, I get it, right? I mean, if you do that all day, every day for a living, like, how can you not do that? You know what I mean? It's just ingrained in you.
Yeah. It's amazing. I touch chips. I gotta show that I'm not stealing my own chips.
She might slowly start to get the Spirit Fingers designation.
Yeah.
I thought I heard someone say
And that carpal tunnel in her wrist.
I have it too.
In your mind, yes, it's a great song.
Don't really click that heart, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff so we can actually change our YouTube channel name. Once we get over 100 subscribers.
From youtube.com/channel/Mavim to something that resembles maybe stones. Maybe we'll put the word stones in there. Maybe poker. That'd be exciting. We don't know yet because we haven't had the opportunity. So subscribe on YouTube, please.
I just love that when they had the whips and they did the flaming whips.
That movie is hilarious.
While you got a chance to also visit that calgaming.org website. It's protectjobs.calgaming.org. Get in there. Takes you 1 second. Sign up. Slap your name in there. Click a little button. Smile. Save some jobs. Keep our card room fresh.
I haven't watched that movie in
All right, we got nut no pair over here for Donkafish.
Oh, well, then I would have had all your money and then you would have started over. Sweet.
And Action Kenny's gonna fire in. Show her what's up. We're gonna see. She grabs chips. I don't know if that's that's a grabbing the fold. And Action Kenny's gonna bowl off his way to a pot with the nut low. From the nut no pair to the nut low. And the nut low's gonna take it.
Crusher. Power of position. The Rosin 360. We like talking about beers too. No, it's good. It is a good beer. The Ballast Point.
You got minimum value.
I've been getting into some tasty like white IPAs lately too.
Yeah, no,
Those are randomly fun.
Yeah,
I kind
right?
of like, okay, I didn't expect that, but I like it.
Where's Sam's salt shaker?
You're always gonna raise the nuts and try to get full value.
You did forget.
Have I subscribed to the YouTube channel? I have to like gotta create like a YouTube account, right?
Yeah. Do you have a Gmail account?
I do.
Then you automatically have a YouTube, Gmail, Google Plus. They're all encompassing. It's the same thing.
Oh, wow.
So if you're logged in your email account and you go to YouTube, like you'll see it up in the upper right corner that you're logged into YouTube automatically.
I don't trust science.
Science, ones and zeros, logic, math, craziness.
I just started a computer science class actually.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep.
What are you studying? Science of computers?
Computer science.
Nice. Well done. No joke. To get my degree in computer science, I had to take all of the required courses, one of which was being Intro to Computers. Even though I was already advanced level, grew up on them, like just handled this.
Sure.
And it was funny because I was like, okay, whatever, I'll take your class and I'll appease you. And I shit you not, ladies and gentlemen, within 2 minutes in the very first class, sitting in the back row, because all the cool kids sit in the back row, the back of the bus, right? Guy directly next to me starts out, teacher says, all right, let's familiarize ourselves with the computer, let's go ahead and put our mouse on the screen and start moving it around. Guy next to me picks the mouse up, puts it on the screen, starts moving it around. I lost it. I was laughing, crying, I was dying inside. I had to excuse myself from the room because I couldn't embarrass this guy anymore. I mean, he literally put the mouse on the screen. The files are in the computer. Like it's just so simple. I had to go, and I was like, I'll be back in 5 or 10, and this is how we're gonna start this class.
Ray's gonna make it $12 to go. Ace, Jack, offsuit, under the gun. Gonna get a call from Snowman Joe, 6-7 off. Donkfish calls the 9s. Batman defended with Queen 10 and flop comes on Queen 10-5.
Top two
for Batman.
That's how Batman does it. He fights crime and flops.
Broadway draw for Ray.
No help to anybody here.
I'm probably gonna have to do that now already.
Rick and Barstow, thanks for joining us, buddy. You have a great 4th of July weekend as well. Hashtag America.
So good, sister.
Snow and Joe checking out. Batman firing the 40. Donkafish saying, yeah, that's not good. We're gone. That guy's gonna check out, and Batman's gonna take it down. You know, jet fuel for the Batwing and premium gasoline for the Batmobile is not cheap. It is not cheap. You gotta win pots to pay for that. The money's in the banana stand. For those of you who've never watched Arrested Development, do yourself a favor.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I'm always behind.
I just watched you roll that ace jack.
What
You're all, I don't think they haven't said much. You're like this. You're like, ah. That's pretty good.
Just to me.
I want to see what they say when I'm painting.
Alright, action over to Batman here. $2 to call.
Hey, there it was.
Boom. Ace 10 Jack on the flop. Flop Stone Cold's nuts eat 4 stones deep right there. Bet 10. Looks like we're on the 5-minute mark here, guys. We're going to get a few more good hands in here before we call it a night.
Acorn said, what did Rebecca fold? Someone fold. She folded ace. Stone cold.
Correctly.
As you can see, guys, a lot of good chip stacks there. The max pretty much everybody started with was 500, and nobody ever bought in for table max. So pretty much anything you see, anybody that has over 500 there, earned every bit
All
of that.
free cheese.
Yeah, all free cheese.
I have something back here.
I agree, this table actually is a little bit tighter than I kind of expected for tonight.
Yeah, no, especially, I mean, like, I think we talked about that, you know, at the beginning of the stream, how like, generally tables, you know, that are friendly or people are familiar with each other, and the more social tables tend to be more action on social tables.
Yeah.
For a table like where everyone knows everyone, like, yeah, it's played kind of tight.
Yeah.
Somewhat snug. Get people off their phones.
King 7-9, 2 hearts. No help to anybody here. Kenny's still having the best hand with 8 high, and he is going to bet it after Sonoma Joe checks out. And Sonoma Joe checks out. Pot for Kenny. Nice to see Kenny, like we said. Nice to see Kenny on this side of the camera for once. Like I said, Kenny is a regular booth member here. He does all the action tracker, does a bunch of technical stuff for us, and helps make the stream run really smooth. So definitely cool, and we thank him for everything he does. And it's nice to have him out there playing.
Kenny's great.
Especially because you have to fold after 80. That's like all probably 8.
I think he's another player up here that I think had to skip the series this year because nothing just worked out with, you know, life. Life's hard.
Yeah.
Trying to merge like life and poker.
Gay Corpse, buddy, good seeing you. See you soon, my friend.
Don't want to play the jack roll with me, but
Donkey Fish gonna make it 15 to go. Ace Jack, no love.
Rosin 360, fan of Kenny.
especially if you're over 21. I don't care what you do.
Yeah, usually when I'm looking for a job, I have to like update one little thing.
Oh, if I do something new, I'm doing this now.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
Ben, what did the commentators say about that?
Oh no, whenever they say what do the commentators say about that, I don't even want to know what hand they're talking about. And Taylor Swiftly waking up with some pocket nines here. Batman with some fun Queen Jack. Looks like we got a raise here. Under the gun +1 by Steve R with Ace 10 suited. He made it 16. Sonoma Joe is going to make the call. And I don't think Swiftly's going anywhere. Swiftly, ooh, is that a repop? It's a repop from Swiftly.
And Steve's gonna jam Ace 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have just told him like, oh, so you know, this is gonna be the last thing of the evening. Like, what long? Like,
Yeah,
an hour
I
ago.
know. We should tell him it's the last. It's like a furniture store going out the business sale. Good for the business. We're always go closing store. All right, and Swiftly, 118 to call. Not exactly a small bet. And the thing is, if you're dominated here, you're really dominated. You're super crushed. 10s or better just murders you. So we're trying to figure out where we're at. Maybe this is end of the night, whatever. Oh, screw it move. I mean, he was under the gun +1. We could give him credit for a little bit stronger hand.
I think Swiftly can get away here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Swiftly could get away, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a call too. Swiftly's ran into some really good hands, but then obviously the super crappy beat against Kings, with his Kings against Jack King. So this might be one of those, okay, screw it, redemption, $100 gamble, see if I get my money back bets. Always possible.
Just thinking.
Suresh says he's going to call, he's stuck. Oh, and he does. He makes the call. All right. It's a good old coin flip.
And
oh,
the
right there. Right
he was on the
there.
flop before they even can talk about running it once or twice.
Oh, gosh. Boom,
Overkill.
Boom. Way overkill. Super monster. Yeah, just gone. Just throw those cards away. I was just kidding.
Surprised that actually didn't discuss running it once or twice.
Yeah, there was no time for that. May does not mess around. May in the dealer box, May was like, boom, here's your board.
Yeah.
Show me the winner.
Poker happens.
All right.
Bunch of, you know, the table, like I said, it played a lot tighter than I think we both, you know, expected at table at the in play. There wasn't a whole lot of great stuff, but there were some pretty brutal beats.
Oh yeah, so I mean, even in a game like this, right? Even where it's a little bit tighter than you think. I mean, dude, poker happens. Brutal beats happen, and we saw a few, for sure.
Crazy stuff. I think what we got coming on Monday is
Monday's 4th of July.
Monday's
So
4th of July.
no show Monday.
No show Monday.
I think. I don't know. I don't think there's a show Monday. Just plan on no show, but there might be one. But plan on no show.
Did you say?
I don't know. Justin will confirm it for us in the chat here in a minute.
I don't know. Were you planning the other way? Like there might not be. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to reverse both of you.
Wednesday is 10 1/4.
Yeah,
That's gonna be big.
10:25, guys. Don't miss that game. I mean, there's gonna be money in that game. Lots of money. And no, we will not be streaming on Monday, July 4th.
Okay. There it is.
Confirmation. You didn't even know if you had to go to work, and that's what I respect about you, Jake. That's what I respect. It's just like, whatever. Maybe.
There's a day. I don't know. Awesome. That's the show for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Wednesday, 10 1/4.
Awesome. Let's do it. Boom.